she saw my name on the bathroom wall, so she thought she'd give me a try. I unlocked the door and invited her in. It was then I realized she had Barbra Streisand's nose. She had Barbra Streisand's nose. Liberace smile that drives men wild, and Barbra Streisand's nose. She had Brooke Shields' hair. You should have been there. Boy, was I surprised. Bo Derek's hips and Mick Jagger's lips and Farrah Fawcett's eyes. Dolly Parton's chest, you know that's the best, and Herschel Walker's thighs.
You gotta be kidding me!
I was doing all right till I turned on the light. It was then I realized she had Barbra Streisand's nose. She had Barbra Streisand's nose. Liberace's smile that drives men wild, and Barbra Streisand's nose.
That was beautiful. That was immaculate, exquisite even. I love my channel, and I love everyone on it. So let me unmute these fellers now. Wasn't that the best song in the history of mankind?
The song was great, but the Linkara thing.
Yeah, great song, but why does it look like Linkar's running right at me? I feel uncomfortable.
He's very eager to join the stream. Like, what's wrong with that? I like that
I'm reaching
enthusiasm.
for my mace. It's just instinctual.
You're not a green M&M. He won't do anything to you, trust me.
I was gonna say, why does he want to join the stream? Do you have like a whole bowl of green M&Ms or something?
I gotta wait for him. I got the fucking dick girl pictures on standby to keep him entertained in between sessions, you know? I'm ready.
Well, just tell him you're reading Sonic Shoe and he'll run the other way.
Oh, yeah, he's got to go back to making quality content like Lightbringer.
I'm not gonna review Sonic Shoe. It's an embarrassment, says the creator of Lightbringer.
So this is the first time you and I have spoken to each other, Kenzie, although I had to lay down some ground rules. Like I said, don't look at the right side of my face. You will bring me sparkling water. You will address me as Big Daddy, as everyone has been. Like, Bean Daddy's already been appointed. He's now just Daddy Mandela, not Big Daddy like me. Okay, I see what's happening. I see what's going on. What just happened?
Hold up.
And I already told you that once I achieve my final form, you will eat those words.
The only thing I eat is defeat. That's a wrestling reference. You wouldn't get it because you're not cultured like I am. I'm trying to get Raptor Rex in here. Raptor,
And because Whammon.
Raptor Rex? What is that last name there?
It's Rex.
Rex.
Then spell it like an American would, you commie.
Where is he?
Look, I'm just saying, I have nothing against dinosaurs. Some of my friends are dinosaurs.
I was about to say, oh, let me guess, some of your best friends, huh?
Well, I would never have a best friend as a dinosaur.
If I had to speculate, he's probably going to get something to... He's probably getting something to eat before the stream. And
before anyone mentions it, yes, I am fully aware that the image I chose for the thumbnail is indeed a dead meme. I was actually considering photoshopping it to be like Creepypasta characters, but my chronic laziness took over, and I refused to do it.
Fair.
Chronic laziness is a real condition, okay? And I would appreciate if people would show some consideration, because anyone who like reprimands me for being lazy, that's just like an extreme form of ableism.
Gotcha.
What just happened to my screen? My screen went black for a second. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Are you guys still here? Like, literally, the backlight turned off. What the fuck happened? And it's back on now, but that scared the shit out of me.
Mini heart attack moment.
Oh, that's probably like a sign that Link car is like very close by. like Slenderman electronics devices start working around him.
We said his name 3 times. We've summoned him.
I get a knock on the door. Like, who is it? It's me, the Lightbringer. I'll teach you to talk about me, you son of a bitch.
You just hear his theme song just very distantly, very far off in the distance.
Someone needs to make.
Welcome to atop the fourth wall.
I don't care what anyone says. I love that theme song.
It's annoyingly catchy. I'll give it that.
I do still like. What was it? Anyone remember Captain S?
No.
He's Captain S, and he is one hell of a guy. He was one. He did a crossover with AVGN years and years ago, back when AVGN was on Screw Attack, and when Screw Attack was a thing that people actually cared about.
There he is.
There's Raptor.
Hey.
But did he get Sad Panda to do his theme song? Because Sad Panda's music's actually pretty decent.
Oh yeah. It's funny how the members of that guy with the glasses who have any real talent are the ones that kind of avoid drama. Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah, and they're all really close to Phalus.
I like Phalus. It's weird to say, like, Phalus is more informative than he is funny to me. Like, I like when he goes into detail about, like, the backstory of movies and shit like that. He actually knows what he's talking about, and you can tell he actually did honest amount of research, unlike certain critics that could be mentioned.
Yeah, like maybe you might say someone didn't do so good on the research of the wall.
I still think that was done intentionally. Like, you can't disassociate the backstory of the wall from the album, because that's what the fucking album was about.
It's there in the songs.
We can't. Doug Walker, on the other hand.
Like, I think he was literally just looking at the lyrics of the songs, wasn't even listening to them. He was just looking at the lyrics, not even analyzing them, saying, okay, I can rhyme this line with this line with that. Imagine
telling someone who grew up in the educational system of the time that the singer grew up in, and like, oh well, get over it, a fucking snowflake. All school sucks, huh? Like, literally getting the absolute mad shit beaten out of you by the teachers. Like, whatever, pussy. And literally keeps calling it high school when both in the movie, those are clearly not high school students, and in the song, those are clearly not high school boys in the choir. I just don't like. In a weird way, I kind of respect how Doug doesn't let his failures keep him from moving on. I think he has a healthy attitude when it comes to that. Like, he doesn't lash out at his fans for like not liking it. He just keeps moving forward.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than most content creators nowadays.
I agree.
They have one shortcoming, and all of a sudden, like, you people are ungrateful bastards, and you owe me everything. Not letting it get him down, and then just plugging his ears, shutting his eyes, and pretending it doesn't exist are two very different things, though. I forgot, what was that line from the Sonic cartoon? Like, it made me persistent. He made you too dumb to quit.
Yeah, something like that.
Why is he trying to speak now, or what's up with his audio? Is he speaking at all? Because his icon's highlighted on Discord. It might be mic problems. Oh, shit. Yeah. We're trying to raise money on Manny's channel to get Raptor a new mic. It's an unrelated question, completely unrelated to Raptor Rex. I'm trying to figure out, again, completely unrelated, I promise, how to kick someone from a call. Completely unrelated. And I would never dream of booting a disgusting dinosaur from my chat.
Why would you boot the dinosaur but keep the woman?
Because dinosaurs aren't... I mean, what? Huh? What was that? So... It's because I have tits. Don't flatter yourself. So right now... Oh, okay, let me... I'll actually link the creep. You guys, there's this website. You ever been to something called the Creepypasta Wiki?
Oh god.
We've mostly covered Save the Creepypasta Wiki.
What's that?
Yeah, it's funny. When I first discovered the Creepypasta Wiki, it's also around the time I started drinking heavily.
Oh, it's coincidental. Entirely coincidental.
And the Save the Creepypastas Wiki is... Like, they take a bunch of deleted stories and a bunch that aren't deleted. Like, no, we have to keep this up so these don't fall down the memory hole. These are good stories.
Well, I would agree. I agree with the first part of that statement. I would rather... I don't know. I subscribe to the logic that keep it up and have people, like, comment on it. Like,
the only shining light in that wiki is that Funny Mouth is on it, when for some reason that was deleted on the regular Creepypasta wiki.
Wait, what? Didn't Slime B straight up said he did not want that to be up there, though? Like, there's a reason why it was deleted. I think Slime B's directly asked them to take it off the wiki, didn't he?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So.
But,
like, the point is, like, whoever's running the Save Wiki, there is a complete idiot. So
they let their friends and just very amateurish writers upload their OCs, which is pretty much all you need to know.
Oh, wonderful! Because this shit's still happening in this day and age. I feel myself aging for what you just fucking told me. I have like anyone who knows me, like even amongst the bad creepypasta crew, I talk to certain people and I keep to myself, and there's a reason for that. It's because I avoid communities, because at some point, it doesn't matter what community it is, it's going to be usurped by cringe lords.
Yeah.
There's nothing pure anymore. And anyone not out there not familiar to Bean Daddy Mandela and myself, if you go over to Bean Daddy Mandela's channel, you will find our Save the Creepypasta wiki streams. Shameless plug.
I was going to do that, I just forgot because I don't care about your channel because I don't watch it. And there's no proof that I've ever watched it, so don't look for it.
Based.
I invited these three, Raptor again still having some problems with his microphone probably, to my channel because I've been watching your streams. I found them entertaining, and they provided me some refuge from the draining, painful mundanity of sitting in a car for 2 hours straight.
Welcome.
I forgot to tell you, I almost died.
What did you do?
Also, I'm trying to find a Save the Pasta wiki, and I'm getting a recipe for ziti.
I linked it in the Discord.
Thank you. When we were driving, down the highway, we were going about 60, 70, because you do that in a highway, believe it or not. And I don't drive. My sister drives. My sister has anxiety when they drive because it's kind of stressful. God. You know how it is. No, it had nothing to do with my sister. My sister's a damn good driver. And you understand what a turn signal is, yes? Or when you're about to merge into a lane, you put that little light on to show the person behind you that you are about to
I do.
turn.
Most other New Jersey drivers don't seem to.
You understand then. No, it wasn't it wasn't a driver. It was a guy who was like parked out like the road worker in the giant fucking like tank of a thing that if you hit it you die and they're fine. He was parked as we were coming up. He didn't have his turn signal on, and he was coming back onto the road when we were on the left side. And I think it was my sister didn't notice it at first because they were paying attention to behind them, but I think I was the one that kind of like. Because I was like, oh, fuck, right in their ear. And an instant swerve and, like, avoiding disaster. We didn't clip it or anything. But had I not vocalized my terror, we could have died.
Well, I'm glad that did not happen.
I want that, like, I don't care if it's a pandemic. I want that guy fired, and I want his children taken from him. I want him stripped naked and thrown into the street like a wild animal that he is. I want his head. I want a name.
Absolutely fair. I'm on it.
Oh, thank you.
To Twitter.
Why didn't you tell me you were in Jersey? I could have visited you and doxed you and then had strangers come into your home, as I normally do with everyone I know in person.
Why not? It would have spiced up whatever I'm doing during quarantine right now, which is nothing.
Oh yeah, I also we had to because I woke up feeling a little hoarse in my throat since we've been traveling around, so I had to like let's go get COVID testings. That's fun.
All right, so Mike wants to Vince to read the intro blurbs, which is it's the two little word images underneath that really cringy Ben drowned picture.
Really cringy, Ben. You talking? Oh, what the fuck? I'm okay.
Okay, they're really hard to read because the font
No,
sucks.
I'm just getting progressively more upset looking at this. What is? What?
Now you know how we feel.
I thought this shit died out in 2014.
See,
I thought we were
here's
past
a little backstory.
this.
So we only came across this wiki because 11 Miles was on it, and that's what we were going to be reading a few weeks ago, or even last month. And so then I look and see this isn't the normal Creepypasta wiki, so I'm like, Manny, what the fuck did you just send me? And then I'm like, no. Before we get started, I need to do a little digging. And I go to the homepage and find this shit. And I'm like, oh, we need to dedicate a lot more streams to this.
Hero number 006. Look up Mpreg on this wiki, and I'll be sad if they made Jeff the Killer. Okay, I'm gonna. How do I block someone? I didn't need to read that.
We haven't come across that, thankfully.
Okay, Jeff. I'm sorry, I won't kill you. Jane. Me neither. Cries. EJ. I don't have a voice for EJ. Hey, don't leave us. Slendy. We're just as good as Homestuck. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That hurt. My soul.
Yep.
Like it hurt my soul reading that. We're just as good as Homestuck or FNAF. Sally, the rape victim. You remember that part? Remember the molestation victim of that story? Because people seem to keep forgetting it when they post her in these little cute things. Oh, look how cute this molestation victim was.
At first, I thought it was like a reference to Sally.exe because I remember the bad Creepypasta episode. And then it hit me, I'm like, oh no, this is from that one story that even they refused to read.
I love how... Because I sometime ago, I think it was years ago, I when I was doing Wattpad Wednesdays, there was one of the, it's a weird premise that's constantly reused on that site, and it's that all the creepypasta characters living in a house and getting up to all sorts of shenanigans, and one of the characters like goes crazy and sends them all into like a weird hellish nightscape with a worse fear or something like that. Like Jeff the Killer is being bullied again. Slenderman's like trapped in a room, and Sally is about to be raped again, and it's like of all the people who actually remembers this shit, a Wattpad user who used it as a bit in the most offensive way possible, like is the one person who remembers that part of the story.
Tasteful as a pile of ash.
A pile of ass, you mean?
Ayo.
I've been watching Beavis and Butthead. I forgot how good that show was. Let me see. Ben. We've had so much fun. Now now we're gone. Laughing
Right.
Jack.
The Finnish accent.
Finnish people. I won't say anything. I was about to say Finnish people, French people, same difference. But I'm pretty sure Finland would probably win. Nuke me back to the Stone Age for comparing them to France. They have nukes in Finland, right? I remember I asked that to Sean. I don't know if you remember Thread of Clubs, who frequently was on my channel. I asked him one day, like, does Canada have nukes? And he's like, we have trees.
Yeah, I remember.
Same thing.
I just remember Third, like, do I really have to read this? Yes. Wait, bolt. Oh, fuck.
I won't. Rake says he won't sleep under me. What? OCs as in original characters or Ox? A character named Ox I never heard of.
I'm assuming OCs because there's a category entirely dedicated to stupid OCs that the creators' friends made.
Normal girls want to marry princess. We want to marry killers. Okay, well, you're a horrible person and you should be put in jail then. A normal person play dress up. We cosplay. I hate you. Normal people eat ice cream when depressed. We eat cheesecake.
I still don't get that.
Yeah, for years that's been like something that cheesecake specifically. What the fuck does that mean? What is that in relation to?
Did someone mention that it was from Marble Hornets or something? I think someone explained, but this was months ago.
I don't remember anything in Marble Hornets involving cheesecake, though.
I remember Marble Hornets actually being something of quality where people put effort into it, and you know it was actually kind of tense and interesting characters with understandable motives. You know, and then people.
Yeah, unless you have someone trying to put a soundboard to it.
Yeah, fucking. I think that above anything else, that's what irritates the shit out of me when it comes to fandoms essentially perverting something that you initially enjoyed. It's like, again, I hate coming back to this because I keep using this as an example, like Star Trek, how it is now, where it's like people know, like, oh, I know Q, I know, you live long and prosper. That's Mr. Spock, right? Yeah, I know. I'm a fan. And these people, when they saw Marble Hornets, like, oh, Masky and Hoodie. And Slendy Man. Like, oh, what about Alex? Who?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Alex, Tim, Jay. Yeah, and I've gone on this rant on my own channel before, but I hate Masky and Hoodie. No, they never called them that. Shut the fuck up. Stop making them sound like little cutesy characters.
I think this is the third time you've ranted about that, actually.
I hate that.
Hey, fish stick on a stick.
You do.
Okay, I think
Hey,
it has
fish
something.
stick, how's it going?
I think it has something to do with the Marble Hornet. One of the Marble Hornet actors putting on some weight between seasons. Well, that's kind of mean.
Okay.
I mean,
that's actually very mean.
Oh my god.
Girls freak out over a broken nail. We freak out over a broken. Well, to be fair, if I was cooking and my knife broke, I'll be very upset.
Yeah.
Okay, girls. Normal girls wear bows. We wear beanies. Oh, you're one of those people, huh?
Which is not true because most of them are very emo scene, and bows are a huge thing in those.
Girls say weird.
In the subcultures.
Girls say weird. We say cool. We say cool. Let me see. Normal girls ask, "Why do you do that?" We say you shouldn't have done that. I mean that's. I get the reference, but that sounds like in a vacuum, very innocuous. Normal girls say go to hell. We say go to sleep.
If you quote actual creepypastas in your real life, you deserve to be bullied. I'm sorry, but you just do.
No, you're right.
I think it's a symptom. Like I sometimes think about this, and I think it's just a symptom of antisocial people or people who are like awkward. These people didn't come out of the ether; they always existed. But with the advent of the internet, it's like I use Jaden Smith as an example all the time because, like, oh, he's freaking out and he's like all these identity issues. Like, yeah, he's a teenager. Most teenagers don't have the money he has to project that shit onto the world, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Jaden Smith is any more weird than any other person his age. It's just that, you know, again, money makes it easier for us to know about when he says and does weird shit. And the same thing goes for these people. I am of the impression that children should not have access to social media until a certain age. Because then shit like this comes out. And like, oh, well, they're teenagers. Well, beat them more, maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
And I said this on one of our videos we've made about this wiki, and one thing that does comfort me is that for most of these people who say this stuff and write these stories is that it is just a phase.
Clockwork versus Sally, which is more offensive? I'd say Sally.
I mean, they're different flavors of offensive, so...
You know, I can't even say Sally because the original story treats it as a genuinely horrific thing that happened to her. Like, it doesn't gloss over it. She was a victim, and the story treats her as such. But Clockwork, it like, oh, she was a rape. She was a victim, and that victimization was only used to justify what she would become later on.
It's just another tick on the list of horrible shit happening to her to justify why she kills people.
I also love the fact that If I'm remembering this right, I think her brother does what he does to her when she's younger, and then her boyfriend breaks up with her, like in sequential order. So it's like you would think that it would ramp up as time goes on, and then like she would snap due to the growing pressure on her life, right? So we start off by molestation, and then my boyfriend broke up with me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I got into a car accident, and everyone died, and also they didn't put foam in my latte.
That's the final straw.
Normal girls say go to hell. Okay, I said that. Normal girls say Link. We say Ben drowned.
Say it with me, fellas. Drowned is not his surname.
But I don't know what you're talking about. I know plenty of people in the Drowned dynasty. You'll never guess how the first member of the family died.
Was it choking on a pretzel?
No, he was viciously raped to death.
Oh.
So sad.
Yeah, but the raping didn't kill him. The drowning in spunk. That's what did it.
Read the next one. I think this one will really annoy you.
Normal girls say Jeff is ugly. We think he is bootiful. Well, he is dummy thick. I have to admit it.
I've already made my rant in our 11 miles video.
I feel inclined to tell people because I think it's very important. I don't think anyone's gonna watch this video who actually like frequents this wiki, but I'm saying this from a place of like earnestness. I mean this sincerely. I want you to really digest what I'm trying to say to you right now. You are not special. And when I say that, I'm not saying that I'm better than you. I'm not saying that I contribute more to society than you. I'm saying that you and I are both equal levels of worthless. Now,
it's just that you have worse taste than we do.
Now, you can do something about that. You can resonate on that fact and fall into despair, or you can develop an actual personality outside of what you think is going against the grain, because you're the kind of people that, like the Hot Topic crowd, the kind of people who think that, oh, we're non-conformists as we like shop at a multi-million-dollar like clothing brand. We're against the grain, they say, as they buy like a $25 like Invader Zim or a Nightmare Before Christmas T-shirt.
Yeah, that sells nothing but beloved franchises like Disney stuff and well-known cartoons, DC, Marvel.
There's nothing wrong with having I'm not gonna shit talk you for liking Creepypasta. Like, I'm not gonna shit talk you for even being into this old she shit. But all I want you to do is stop thinking that being a fan of this makes you in any way more interesting or less interesting than anyone else. You are just kids. That's all you are. If you go tomorrow, there's another person in that fandom that's gonna just basically take your place. Your spot is always gonna be filled by some other dipshit who's into this kind of shit. So instead,
now you see.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I am going to say, if you unironically frequent this this wiki, I am better than you. Despair, knowing that you will never be as great as me.
Fucking like what's her name from the Young Turtles? Yes, I'm better than you. I am better than you. You garbage.
Yes.
And I'll also say that if someone actually genuinely non-ironically visited this website who tries to say, well, do you think you can do better? Yes, I can. And I have. Because I am a writer.
I don't know if I could do better, but I don't need to be fucking Gordon Ramsay to tell you that Arby's tastes like shit.
Agree to disagree.
I mean,
I'm with Vince on this one. Sorry, Manny.
Thank you.
I don't care.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being objectively wrong and a bad person.
Ooh, we got Raptor.
Oh, is he on?
Good. Just keep it that way, buddy.
Is he on?
Wait, these names in the chat. Frank consumed by a bear.
Deep shot in the head.
Do you think a Universal Monster cinematic universe could work? I don't think, I have no reason to say no, but I only say no because I don't trust like any studio, like big name studio, to actually do it right. Like, and you have to also think about it from the perspective of someone who's trying to get like a decent profit margin. They're not going to go with the most artistically sensible approach if that's not the most profitable approach. And my perspective on what's the most artistically, what makes the most sense artistically is not the same thing as what's the most profitable. They tried to take it in an action direction because that would be most profitable in this whole, current climate of like dumb cape shit superhero movies. And that's the reason why you have like the last Mummy movie where they almost like try to pretty the mummy up and make it look like a real, almost like a super villainous. You know what I mean? Like
and they ran into the problem that, when Marvel movies don't do as well, it's the problem that a lot of people cite. It's just trying to establish all these characters to make other movies about. But when they finally stopped doing that and just went with an actual story, like in The Invisible Man, it worked.
I heard the good things about The Invisible Man, yeah.
I liked it. A lot of that has to do with that I like Elizabeth Moss's acting.
Oh.
And she's really good at, I also really love The Handmaid's Tale, and she's really good at playing characters who are in horrible situations, and she's just pretty much pushed to the brink, which I attribute to the fact that she's a Scientologist.
I believe in Xeno too, guys. Trust me. Don't sue me. Fuck you people, though. Normal girls fan over band boys? You mean?
Yeah, we made fun of that.
Band boy? You mean the guys who like twirl the flags and beat the drums? Normal girls. Normal girls.
I assume they mean
no. Normal girl. No. It's in my headcanon now that normal girls are huge fans of Stomp the Yard. And we fangirl over Psycho Killers. Can't you see?
Yes.
I think that the only one they need in action is Van Helsing. Then you can make the monster supervillains. I don't know. Remember that stupid ass trailer that they released where all the action movie over the old footage of Universal Studios monster villains of those classic films. That you can have like a shared universe with all this thing. I just want you to have like a consistent tone. Like it doesn't need to be action. One of my dreams of to have as a horror like movie series is kind of what Halloween 3 tried to be. I loved the idea of like an anthology horror series where it's a new story with new characters every like year, and it really upset me that Halloween 3 was like shat on because it didn't have Michael Myers. Even though I'll be as much as I like 2 was much like an inferior sequel, and people like seem to kind of forget that. There's nothing else you could do with the character, but God forbid, let's keep doing it anyway because that's what people wanted. This isn't fucking Friday the 13th. It's not a series where we don't have to justify why the character keeps coming back. But no, people are dumb.
And even with Friday the 13th, they stretched that out too much.
Well, you mean to tell me that you go to space one time and all of a sudden people get uppity.
Yeah, you go to space one time, you don't get killed, but brought back to life with nanobots.
Are you saying Jason didn't need to go to hell?
I'll be honest. I have a soft spot in my heart for Jason X.
Oh yeah.
It also have one of the best kills in the series too, with the fucking the liquid nitrogen scene.
Oh, you can't say the later ones aren't still entertaining, but
that remake sucked though.
They get campy as hell.
I don't think because the remake. The problem is they've kind of forgot that the main cast doesn't have to be unlikable for you to want to see them get killed. For the most part, in a lot of the Jason movies, the main cast weren't unlikable. They were just there, and we were just kind of waiting for shit to happen.
Yeah, at the very least, they were sort of more believable. They were teenage camp counselors. They could occasionally get careless.
And that's kind of
They weren't watching one kid, and unfortunately he drowned, but that can happen.
Was his name Ben?
and people kind of forget that was also Jason's justification for wanting to kill them in the first place. Is that his backstory involved him, being nearly killed, nearly drowned because of Carol's camp counselors. So whenever he sees one like counselors putzing off, like, oh well, fuck you people, you're the reason why I'm dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I was dead, and then I came back, and then I went to hell, and then I went to space, and then I fought a burn victim who cross-dressed as my mom for some reason.
That was so weird. Even for Freddy, that was weird.
I'll say,
Mr.
like,
Shadier says,
ooh.
I think they should have given Rob Zombie Jason instead of Myers. His style would fit better. I can see that.
I hated Halloween 2, the remake. So I hated both Halloween remakes.
Yeah.
I think even Rob Zombie ended up hating both Halloween remakes.
The only thing I liked about the Halloween remake was the story about my friend Millie that it gave me.
Oh, but I thought for a second you were gonna say the story of Michael. I would have been so upset.
No.
The whole thing about Michael that makes him so horrifying, and what makes the original first scene chilling is that for no reason whatsoever, this kid who probably was just normal one day snaps and murders his sister, and it's tragic because there was nothing to justify it. There was just something that like a switch was turned on in his head and he became what he was. And that's scary. But no, Michael Myers, he was picked on, and when he puts on a mask, he wants to kill people.
Yeah, let's just go the creepypasta route with this one.
Explain shit we have no business explaining. Isn't that right, Candle Cove?
Oh, and I wanted to say about Apostrophe Music's comment about Van Helsing in an action movie. We had that with Hugh Jackman.
And it wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I heard the video game was better.
And then I remember, I think it was Mike Mike said Invisible Man was aight, but does not need to be in a cinematic damn universe. And Invisible Man, they finally decided to give up with the Invisible Man and said, all right, we're just going to go with the story. We're not going to introduce all these other characters who really don't add anything to the story. The most you could say is that the ending can potentially set up the next Invisible Woman film, but that's it.
Well, why don't you just watch Hollow Man and be done with it?
Yeah.
I know people don't like the Hollow Man. I like the Hollow Man. Let me see.
Oh, wait, Agent Paradox here says Michael Myers shouldn't talk. That is correct. But then you also say Jason drowned versus Ben Voorhees, and that makes me angry.
Ben Voorhees. I don't like Jason drowned. Oh, I don't know why it just took me a second to get. Oh, Jason drowned. I get it. I'm debating on what to read here. See,
you have a Gemma moment. I get it. I get jokes.
Let's see on the Pasta of the Month section, on the actual, I hate to say it, quality creepypasta wiki.
The less worst.
The least painful. I mean, it's like, would you rather be constipated or have diarrhea? At least one comes out.
Yeah.
That's my playful euphemism. Invisible Woman does not sound ideal. The story is how she's invincible and she has no faults, and all the other Avengers love her, and she was the first invisible person, and do
not get me started.
Does it help that
again if it's with Elizabeth Moss, I think it'd be a good.
In all seriousness, when it comes to Captain Marvel, is it how much of the hate for the character comes from the fact that Brie Larson's a giant bitch?
Oh, I think it definitely contributed, but
I'd say about
it didn't help that the movie was boring as fuck.
For me, about 30%.
By the way, fuck Black Panther. I feel the need to say that every time, because I'm so sick of people acting like that movie was anything good. You have okay, like, oh well, Michael B. Jordan's performance was good as Killmonger. He had one good scene in regards to like the moment where he meets his father after like so long. That was a really good scene.
Mm-hmm.
But the character is an unrepentant bastard, and people are like, oh, well, he has depth. He talked about murdering babies.
Oh, yeah, all the people like, Killmonger was right. What?
He was about to commit genocide. And also, I always get on this, like that line, like where he's like about to be like thrown out. Spoilers. He dies. He fucking dies. And he's like, T'Challa is like, oh, sorry that I had to kill you. They're like, throw me out to sea, bury me out to sea with my ancestors. Like, motherfucker, your dad is from Wakanda. You ancestors have to get fuck off, you dumb fucking idiot.
A landlocked African country
that have never migrated.
Yeah.
One of the points of contention that they have in that was that we need to. Also, I love this idea where Wakanda didn't feel the need to expand. Why?
Yep.
That's bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit.
They could have had the world, literally.
They just stopped.
And also, like, people like, oh, Wakanda, that's what we should strive for. What? Everyone but the royal family was living in a ghetto. It's like, but they had the little hologram beads. Okay, they gave everyone iPhones and then said, go live in the ghetto.
So, can you imagine how, like, as maybe from someone like I don't know, if I was a native to Africa and they depicted like the advanced version of of my land as being the same kind of like shoddy town, but with a few like cars, like I think I'd be pissed off. Like, what are you saying that we couldn't advance past this?
Exactly.
Fuck the Black Panther.
I can't add my 2 cents. I never saw it. I don't actively go to watch Marvel movies. The most I'll do is if a group of friends are saying, hey, you want to come with us? We're going to go see the latest Marvel movie. I'll be like, okay, fine.
I'll say one more.
And the odds are, if it's not Deadpool, I will be falling asleep at some point during it.
I'll just say one more thing.
I have not stayed awake through one Marvel movie.
Not even fucking Infinity War was like surprisingly good though.
I didn't go see an Infinity War.
I genuinely
no one invited me.
I genuinely loved Infinity War. I watched it with my mom, and let me put it. I loved Infinity War as much as I disliked Endgame.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
Even Guardians of the Galaxy, I just realized, even though I actually do like those movies, I fell asleep during certain parts of those movies too, 1 and 2. Well, and in that one, it wasn't even because I was so bored. I think I must have been just really tired.
How long is Infinity War again? It's like almost 3 hours, or
yeah,
and it's one of the few films that doesn't feel its length. There are multiple plot branches, and there are some that are more interesting than others, but when it cuts off to a point you're finding interesting, like, oh, well, I wonder what's happening here. Unlike Endgame, where it's somewhat interesting, and it cuts off to a plot branch, like, oh, we're back here, huh? Okay.
Let's go back to the time traveling.
Professor Hulk. Yay.
Oh my god. Soy Hulk, yeah.
I didn't mind that. It's just like, could you at least make it feel like a payoff from the last film? Like, built up to this shit, man. Like, the beginning of Endgame was really good. The miserable tone, I loved it.
Yeah.
And then we get to Fat Thor playing Fortnite. Wonderful.
Oh.
Look, yeah, I find Chris Hemsworth funny too, but not enough to kill the tone of the scene. And also that fat suit was terrible.
It was.
I'm a professional fat man. I got my PHAT in it, okay? I know what I'm talking about. So I know that we have fat under the arms and it ripples. I would be on screen to show you, but I have some level of self-respect. So, but I know what I'm talking about. And the fact that, like, he was like this weird kind of fat that I guess was, since he's an Asgardian, he still has, his skin is still like titanium. So he had no cellulite despite being overweight. And it's like, his fat is fused to the bone. But anyway, we said we were going to read. Well, I said I was going to read stories. So this is a story called "The Pill." And
Can I get a link? Or
I have it pulled up.
fuck you, bitches. You ain't getting shit. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't nice of me. Fuck
I'll
you.
send it to you, Manny.
Fuck you, niggas. You ain't getting
Dang.
shit. That's better.
I was gonna say, Kenzie, you at least have to look up Black Panther for CG rhinos.
Okay.
I remember watching EFAP that like they were reviewing like watching someone's video rebutting all the negative criticism. Like, what do they use the rhinos for? I don't know, milk. It's like rhino milk.
Oh God, I don't know why that makes you uncomfortable.
That is a very good question. Why are you breeding rhinos?
I would assume that it's because of their war steeds, right? War mounts.
Well, they're endangered.
But if they're supposed to be the Wakandan military, wouldn't they like be using those like jets that what's his name was using?
Well, you need something for the ground troops too. But then again, why don't you just have? You would have. Yeah, you're right. They would have like advanced tanks. There's a reason why we don't use war mounts anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, like I bitched about on Toby's stream yesterday, like Poland when in World War II when Germany attacked them with tanks. They're like, oh, these things, just shrug off bullets. Let's send in the horsemen with spears.
It just reminded me of because remember when Hannibal tried to who was that because he used to use war elephants all the time and he was always trying to find like a new super weapon, right? And
Yeah.
like he tried to have like snakes inside vases and they would like lob it over to the ship and like try to like have snakes on board, but the snakes would die from the impact. And like he tried to invade one. I think it was it. I'm not too familiar with my history. Like it's scattered. I think one of the attempts to invade Rome, and he launched the elephants, and they defeated the elephants by stepping out of their path.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we don't have like those kind of mounts anymore, because you can pilot a tank to swerve and hit the guy who just stepped out of the way. You can't do that with an elephant that's gonna go where he feels like. What are you gonna tell an elephant? You're gonna fucking pull the reins back like you would a horse?
Yeah, the general's like, make it turn. He doesn't want to turn.
So this is the pill. I have not read the story myself, although years ago I know the overanalyst Augmented Russian Heavy and I think MD Phantasm read it on Brady's channel. So I do vaguely remember what the story's about.
While you guys were talking about war elephants, I was scanning the comments. There seems to be a pretty even divide of people calling it pretentious and the best thing ever written.
The best thing ever written?
Well, I mean, at least someone called it the should-be pasta of the century.
Oh, God.
You guys read Psychosis on your channel, right?
Yes.
And that was pasta of the month.
Yes.
So this story is better than Psychosis.
We'll see.
It has to be. It said pasta of the century, and Psychosis is only pasta of the month. I'm holding it to that standard. What are you? No, get out of here, mister. Fucking cat's in here ruining my... No, shush. I love you too, go.
I love you too, no, go away.
Okay, yeah. Okay, okay. I think I know what you want. I know what you want and I know what you need, big man. But you'll never... he wants me to fill up his food bowl, but I don't want to on the grounds that I think it's funny watching him starve.
Based.
Okay, I will be right back. You guys entertain the audience in the meanwhile.
Oh yeah, we're pretty good at that, aren't we, Manny?
Come on. Come on, big man.
So what?
What?
Come on.
Do what now?
We're pretty good at entertaining the audience.
I mean, I am.
We do it every week. Oh, fuck you, then what am I even doing here? There you are, Raptor. How's your mic going? Aw, you engaged, bud.
We need you. We love you. Got him.
Mike says don't. Kenzie's gonna take over this channel too. At least your cat just meows, mine gets up and pees on my shoes. Oh no!
What?
Comments, I'm reading the comments.
So what's this about
Oh.
how Chinese people are bad and should go back to their own country? Yeah, that's what I heard when I came back.
I mean, I wasn't saying that, but I agree.
Stop Asian.
I was saying that,
You need
and
to
I do agree too.
You need to
obviously.
Stop, you need to stop Asian hate, mister. Not on my channel. I'm standing up to you.
Oh, that reminds me when we mentioned Finland and nukes earlier. It's like South Park when they nuked Finland for wanting to tell the space police about the space money that they had. Guys, Finland's dead. Not to Finland!
I stopped watching that season, to be honest. I don't like...
Yeah.
I like episode of the week formula. I'm tired of serialized stuff.
No, I
Mike
agree.
says Raptor might be muted on stream.
Oh, did I mute him? That would be very embarrassing. Oh.
I'm messing with the settings.
We can hear you, Raptor, but we don't know if the people on stream can.
You did it, didn't you?
I had him muted the entire time because I forgot I muted everyone when the song started. You've been trying to talk for so...
Fuck.
I'm so sorry. Look,
I mean, I did.
Raptor's been here the entire time, guys.
I thought there was something wrong with his thing. I'm sorry. Was he talking while we were talking?
No, he
Oh.
wasn't.
I had nothing to say except Black Panther, more like Bitch Panther. I just own the Black Panther film.
Okay, well, I think dinosaurs are better seen, not heard, so I'm just gonna mute you again.
Wait, Raptor,
Dude.
did you just say I? Did you just say I own the black?
Oh no.
Raptor speaks.
I'm not being canceled today. I have so much more to live for.
Raptor speaks and Vince dies. R.A.P. Raptor. Okay.
To be fair, if it makes you feel better, I once started a stream and didn't realize I had Kenzie muted for like 10 minutes, so it sounded like I was talking to myself.
So,
But that was on Twitch, and I don't think you did it on purpose.
so this is the pill. Who wrote this? Let me see if there's by the Wanderer. Does he? Oh, he has. Don't link to your Gmail. That's weird.
What?
It's yeah. There's a. It's called. He links to his Gmail. That's a terrible idea. This.
I mean, I guess you get complacent when it's a site mostly visited by teenagers.
Let's be clear about something, guys. Don't take it. All right. Say no to the pill. It's a miracle, and a glory, and the greatest thing to happen. So they say. It'll probably become law that you will have to take it. That sounds... You're gonna have to take it. One way or the other. We can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The
Now
choice-
bend over.
How did you know my name? Ben Dover. They'll have...
Wasn't that the doctor in Rocco's Modern Life? Dr. Bendova.
Oh, yeah. They'll have you swallow, a little capsule when you're still a baby. Oh, no.
Oh God.
I didn't know this story is taking place in the Hollywood Hills. Probably at the same time, you're getting your inoculation, excuse me. The piece of the thing in there weighs only a few grams, and it will be plucked out of a little pool. I'll probably be installed in every hospital soon. Those couple grams are more than enough for it to happen. For what to happen? Sure, you'll never get cancer. You'll live to 150. You'll have stronger bones and be more resilient, having a more resilient immune system.
Is this jelly juice?
Fuck. You'll probably never need glasses or hearing. Are you dissing people with glasses, son? I'll see you in the parking lot at 3
Pills.
o'clock.
Shitty pills.
I only take suppositories, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't need to. But that's what I choose to do. if you lose something small like a finger in a year and a half, you'll have it back. Oh, I lose. Oh, so I use the pill right. Like every.
Oh, wait. So that was part of the story. I thought that was you continue with us suppository joke.
If you, well, I mean, to be fair, I do lose my finger when I take my suppositories.
Just like Brock Sampson, like you clench your anus so hard that the guy rooting around in there, you just start swinging him around.
Don't remind me that we'll never get a completion of that series. Remember the Adventure Bros? What did that show awesome?
It was.
Oh yeah.
But hey, we got Rick and Morty though.
I turned
When we
myself
get
into
it.
a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Myself into a pickle, man.
Hey, see, hey,
Pickle Raptor.
season season 1 and 2 were really good.
Please end my life. My die, man. Me, please.
If you lose a whole arm in 2 years, you'll have it back with nearly full functionality. It's a sort
What's
of
the regeneration process? So it takes a year and a half for a finger to grow back. You know, an arm, it's a lot bigger than a finger, but it takes only 6 months more for it to grow back with full functionality.
well. Look, I don't want to go into that kind of biology. All right, you should have took a sex ed class if you want to understand how this works. Look, sometimes people need 2 years to get up. It's normal. And if anyone says otherwise, I'll fucking kill you. It's a miracle. That's believable enough to catch on. No, what? It's this
Have you met anti-vaxxers?
true. It won't solve all our problems, and it'll even create a few more, like the current string of fucking COVID vaccines. Johnson & Johnson, hit me up. Give those women give those women more blood clots. Yeah.
Mike says an arm is a lot bigger than a finger. Science with Kenzie.
Come back next week and I'll tell you what color the sky is.
Everyone knows there's no such thing as a sky. It's a giant TV over the earth, and we're being drugged.
Sky is green, guys.
Now it's going to be thrown into the sun. Like overpopulation, like we never. What? Okay, I think there's some punctuation missing here. Like overpopulation, like we never saw it coming. What does that mean?
That should be. I think it's saying we would have overpopulation that we never would have predicted.
I think there was a better way to articulate that idea.
Yeah, even though we're already
absolutely.
overpopulated, and if we lived longer, we know we'd become even more overpopulated. So basically what this guy's trying to say is that all humans are monkeys.
I don't know if anyone's a fan. There was that YouTuber, like an atheist YouTuber, Dark Matter 2525, I think, made like a bit where what if Adam and Eve never ate from the forbidden fruit on the tree, and like they basically are still immortal, having kids, and since they're not dying, and since they don't have the shit, like they have so many kids and so many like descendants, and since none of them die, like they're always around. So by the end of it, like there are more people on the surface of the earth than there is like land, and like they actually show like the crust of the earth, and then there's the layer of people on top of each other.
Really?
Yeah.
That was his theory, and not the horrible incest that would
Well, technically,
predictably result.
Since you're, yeah, I mean, if you're going by the Adam and Eve story, we're all related somehow. Like I don't know how people get past that part. Like, has there ever been a redneck that just, well, Adam and Eve and they kids had sex with each other, so it's perfectly natural, Dora? I don't know why Dora.
You know there's someone who's probably using that logic.
Like that fucking director, that fucking, what was his name? He won like a Best Indie Award or some shit, and it come to find out that he was like, he had his kids and his wife like trapped in a bunker. And then, like, he was encouraging inbreeding to keep the family. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that fucker.
Yeah.
No, do you know what film it was?
Fuck, what was that?
Because it was a joke with him at one point because I think the co-writer, like, when they were accepting the Oscar, like, she interrupted him. And, like, that became the thing he was most known for. And then come to find out he's a disgusting, horrible piece of shit degenerate.
Jesus Christ.
I have nothing nice to say about people like that.
Guess the shit.
Nothing nice should be said about people like that.
Yeah.
But hey, it's 2020. It's 2021, guys. Come on.
Unless you want to say, well, the movie was good.
But it works.
Like says basically this guy saying nuke Eastern Asia.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
No, I mean, isn't that what Norman Bhutan was basically saying?
Who?
The guy who wrote Empress
Empress.
Theresa.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't shown me what that guy looked like, by the way. Because I assumed that it was like a young man who was like...
Nope.
Oh no, he wrote this when he was like 60.
He allegedly had been working on it for 20 years.
I don't wish ill on
20
him.
years, that's what you have to show.
Allegedly.
I don't wish ill on him, but if I were to watch him get struck by a meteorite, I probably wouldn't even blink.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that happened. Like overpopulation we never saw coming. But it works, and it's cheap, and it's plentiful, and it's all we need. Sure, they can't quite explain how the thing manages to rewrite our genetic code after we swallow a few grams. Well, again, you need to take a biology class, my homie. See, when a man and a woman love each other very much, they...
Or just get drunk and stumble into the backseat of a car.
Or when the giant Austrian man is trying to chase you down and kill you, you go into a seedy hotel room and fuck that man, so that man will give you the sperm needed to save the world in the future. But they promise that the answers will come someday, and there are no ill side effects.
Who is they?
Your mom.
Got him.
If they can't explain it, how do they make it in the first place?
Yeah.
Well, so far, I think that's, aside from the kind of weird affliction being put on in some of these things, I don't think this person understands that. I'm somewhat, I'm a critic of the pharmaceutical companies and whatnot, right? But I trust that they have a solid enough understanding of how the shit they make works.
Yeah.
Like this person,
Exactly.
I don't think they understand that fact that they're not just gonna put out whatever, and like not know to some degree how it works. And what kind of fucking like company would say like we don't know how it works, but we'll find out. Buy it.
That
Yeah,
would
and
never
also-
get approved.
And what companies, he's like, okay, this is doing all of these things. We're not going to bother figuring out how it works. We're going to make it available to everyone. We're not going to sell it for an exorbitant price and become rich.
They are the aliens from Majora's Mask, I bet. Oh, that makes sense.
But this is how you can tell that this was written by someone in middle school or high school. Someone who just doesn't really think of the implications of what they're saying and doesn't know how pharmaceuticals actually works. It's just, they just see it on the shelves, buy it, and think, well, that's how it works.
Like this is, I don't know. It's like they saw They Live one time. It's like, oh, you know what? That's a Rip Snorting tale right there. I bet I can make something like that.
Yep.
It's from a previously unknown variety of starfish, but they won't even tell you that on the news. I think
Then how does this jackass know?
that's something that I don't think ever comes up. Like,
So anti-vaxxers and vegans are now on the list of people who wouldn't be taking this.
who cares about vegans, really?
Yeah, let them die out.
I mean, nobody, but I'm just making the point that the writer's implying that,
I'll say
people are just going to take it without question when no.
I'll say something nice. Vegan pizza is pretty good, actually. I don't even like vegan food for the most part, but their pizza ain't terrible.
Go.
I like that uncomfortable silence, like, okay, I disagree, but I'm not going to fight you on this.
I mean, I've never had it, so I can't weigh in one way or another.
I think the story right now is that it's something that they're growing artificially. These starfish live in the deepest, darkest places in the ocean, and they aren't very big or interesting look. What? Starfish are incredibly interesting looking. How dare you? I'm offended on behalf of starfish. My nigga Patrick, don't disrespect him. He works hard.
Especially if they're deep sea starfish and like, have you seen the shit that comes from way down in the ocean?
There's a reason why a lot of horror stories take place in the ocean, because it's fucking scary.
Professor, how long have you been fucking fish?
None of your business.
They were old enough.
Honestly, we've probably seen them down there 1,000 times and looked them over. It just so happens that that prick on the show about eating weird foods got a hold of one, God knows how, and thought it was a different kind of starfish and ate a part of it, and a year later, he had the foot he lost back. What are you talking about?
What is going on?
Who are you
Also, that prick with the show?
What did he do to you?
About eating weird foods. Are we talking about Guy Fieri?
No, that
Most likely some dude in Japan.
that guy, there was a guy who he's bald headed.
Oh, sushi.
Avocado.
Avocado, avocado.
Now I'm just imagining Nick Avocado sitting at his chair eating this starfish whole, crying.
To be fair, I could actually buy this and have some prick on the show about eating weird foods got a hold of one. Especially considering there was just a TikTok about a guy licking a man-of-war jellyfish.
Did he die?
No, it was just the top part, but
Oh, that's a shame.
people were calling
What a
him out where we were like, you are the biggest fucking idiot.
I am a firm. I like when people do stupid thing and they end up dying because of it. It makes me happy.
Yes.
I mean, I do like when Darwinism does what it's supposed to do, but unfortunately that was not the case
Okay,
here.
so where's this nigga in our head canon? This is nigga called Avocado, and he ate the starfish and he lost his foot. Is this predicting when he inevitably has to have one of his feet amputated, and he ends up getting it grown back because of the starfish?
God damn it, you did to me.
And by the way, I'm not making fun of fat people. I'm a professional fat person, as I said. I'm just making fun of a fat person. That's different.
We're just making fun of him because he's so fat.
I'm sure they
I think even most fat people can look at Nick Avocado's diet and be like, dude,
Yeah.
stop.
I'm sure they tore apart his house and tested gallons of his blood. Okay.
Wait. It actually says that?
Gallons of his blood.
They tested the guy's blood and not the starfish that he ate?
And he promptly died because they took gallons of his blood.
Yeah.
Like that scene for fucking Futurama when they had to take a blood sample from Qbert. And oh, we need a blood sample. I was like, I got you right here. Just pulls out this giant fucking container full of it. Like, we just needed a drop. Like, oh no, just keep the change, brother.
Or the episode of Archer, they're trying to do a paternity test. We'll need 7 joules of your blood. How much is a joule? Don't worry about it.
And interrogated everyone he ever spoke to. But somehow they figured out just when the regeneration happened and eventually found the fucking thing.
That one part, and they interrogated everyone he spoke to, is very reminiscent of Norman Bouton's writing, where it's like, oh, they needed to know stuff, so they spoke to everyone I ever talked to. That's not very relevant to what they need to know.
You, McDonald's cashier. Did you serve this
Norman.
person yesterday?
Yeah.
The last Norman Bouton.
What was that?
Now, we're still not completely at Norman Bouton's level, Raptor, but...
I refuse to engage with that. First thing, Bean Daddy messaged me like, hey, you want to join us on Empress Theresa? And I said, no. Because
Not even when she goes to North Korean, we'll let you voice all the North Koreans.
I read bad fan fiction and Wattpad, and my standards are still too high for Empress Theresa.
I was asking if you just wanted me to add you to the call for it so we could just start the call easily.
Motherfucker, I read
voice.
I read Sonichu on my channel, and I'm still too good for Empress Theresa.
Not even if you had the opportunity to
I would rather read The
use
Lightbringer.
horribly offensive North Korean voices.
Kenzie, he has spoken. Do not question my sweet.
It had been alive when he ate one of its arms, so I guess he took pity on it and let the thing live in a tank. And that's okay. Like, he took pity on it after already eating a part. Like, oh, did he just eat one arm? Is like, well, I feel bad now. Like, imagine, like,
Does he do that with all his food?
There's a lot of one-legged. It's like a fucking lobsters that have one claw missing in his house. And, like, crabs that are missing some legs. Frogs that are, like, with just, like, their front legs.
A chicken that's only partly decapitated.
Yeah, they're just looking at this guy like, yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, to be fair, a starfish can grow his leg back, I guess. Or arm? Yeah, arm. That technically don't even have one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. I'm not a mathematician. I don't know biology, okay? I'm not.
His hands,
I'm not.
tentacles.
I'm not an astrologer.
Good. I wouldn't speak to you if you were.
I'm not a taxidermy man, okay? I don't know about taxes.
You mean theft?
You know what that's what taxidermy is about, right? You do taxes?
Yes.
Thank you. This led to that, and eventually they brought up a ton of the suckers. Oh, sexy. But here's the thing: think about technology and innovations.
Think about technology. Okay.
Pasta of the century, remember, guys?
Yeah, did this guy just stop caring halfway through?
I stopped caring during it. Think about what they're for. Mostly, it's okay. That's wrong. I thought that was the wrong "it's" for a second. Mostly, it's to keep us alive longer, make us healthier, help us communicate better. No, it's so I can post a dick pic and get at 5 a.m. and get it wet by some slut. That's what technology's for this day and age.
Yes.
What if, as a race, we'd already had the ability to communicate via thought?
I'd hate that.
I don't want people to know what's inside my head. Like, I would probably, like, when you're sitting in traffic and, like, you have to try to keep yourself preoccupied, the dark thoughts that go through your head sometimes, like, you do not want the government to be able to, like, know that shit. They're like, okay, well, let's put him on a watch list.
I mean, I think I'm already on the watch list just from using the name Bean Daddy Mandela.
Why not
Hang on.
Poppy, what's her name? Theresa, yeah, like Mother Teresa.
Not even I would go so far as to name myself after Empress Theresa.
No, I'm talking about Mother Teresa. Wait.
Oh.
Did is Empress Theresa's name inspired by Mother Teresa?
I don't care.
Sorry, what was the question?
Is Empress Theresa's name, was it inspired by Mother Teresa?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's not anything that was confirmed in the books or any of the supplementary material.
I'd be even more. I don't even like it. Like, I would be kind of upset if that was his rationale.
I mean, probably. It's not unlikely. He just hasn't confirmed one way or another. Because he's obsessed with people like Joan of Arc and...
Oh, you mean a little girl that got burned to death because she was hearing voices?
Which is weird, because isn't that a French legend? And he hates the French.
Well, I mean, that just makes him normal. What if we were naturally incredibly hardy and long-lived? Well, I'm hardy and long, but, you don't hear me bragging about it.
Yeah.
Except on
I mean, jokes aside, we are fairly long-lived compared to most species.
Well, realistically, who would want to live all like a...
So it's longer lived.
Longer lived?
You live up to 100 years.
That really is a
compared to your
loaded
puny
question. Like,
100
what do you
years.
consider long-lived?
Well, like as a black man who, like, I think
100 years.
60
That's how long
is it
dinosaurs
old?
can live.
Well, fuck you people. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't that nice. So fuck your people. That's grammatically correct. I have nothing against you, Raptor Rex. I think your people are disgusting and shouldn't be able to vote in my country. You Raptors coming in
Cannot
here,
believe
taking
how
our
I
jobs.
in xenophobia. I ought to go on Tumblr and make a long, lengthy color post. By the end of it, I'll plug in my merchandise and my sponsors. That'll get the ball rolling for this controversy.
It's 2021, guys. Can we stop with the dinophobia? If we started out having everything we needed, without having to do a bit of work, our goals would turn at keeping our world the way it was and simply enjoying things. With a mind so powerful it can transmit and receive thoughts with no effort, it stands to reason that other amazing things are possible too. With that in mind, with that mind staying completely intact, even the smallest sliver of the creature, one has to wonder just what else that mind can do, ... You couldn't even commit to a whole ellipses. You're a bad person. So,
I mean, my mind's not even surviving the story.
so now here's the question. Now, are you guys ready? Are you ready for the question I'm about to pose? It's going to blow your minds, baby.
Here we go.
It's going to blow you in a suggestive... I meant that as an innuendo, like sexually.
So I blew myself.
If you survived all this time just sitting around at the bottom of the ocean with this incredible intellect, how would you amuse yourself? Masturbation.
Beat me to it.
I mean, what else is there? Reading a book? You can't read
How
books.
could you? You're at the bottom of the
You can't
ocean.
read books underwater. The pages would get wet. Stupid. This author's stupid.
Again. Just
Hello?
What was that, Raptor?
gaming again. Xbox Live.
Raptor, you idiots. That's
Am I
stupid. That's...
right?
How would you be able to get a good connection underwater, dummy? God, you don't think this through.
Boy, you make a welder underwater. It's so simple.
Oh, damn, I didn't think about that. Never mind. What if that mind can wander and roam freely if it can just find something to carry it? What if, as a race, we made ourselves the bottom of the food chain just to endure what we constantly be taking into new creatures and allowed to see the world through their eyes? I have no idea what you just said.
Here's a question. What if this author actually had a coherent thought for once in their life?
Is this some fucking college stoner shit I'm reading right now? Hey man.
And his own thoughts. We speak.
Is it really such a leap to think that such a powerful minds could, like, overtake smaller, lesser ones, dude?
The way you're fucking describing it, yes.
No. Nor is it unusual to think that if such a race of powerful minds was endangered, they, like, would use this ability to dominate the minds and defend themselves.
Okay, now we're really getting into Empress Theresa territory. I'm sorry we keep bringing it up, but
I can feel myself physically
just the
age.
leaps in logic, they really are similar.
That
It caused mass extinction.
That they'd wait patiently. They patiently wait until their enemies devoured them, and simply displace the minds of those enemies and solve the conflict. I don't think that's crazy at all. Well, who the fuck are you? Who are you? Seriously, why are you...
A crazy person.
I don't think that's crazy at all. And I don't think it's crazy that there's suddenly a lot more war all over the world. I mean, yeah. That happens. It hasn't stopped. A lot of research put into birth control and the quote-unquote accidental release of the butt plug that makes men sterile. We should be enjoying world peace, but instead we're killing each other faster than before. Maybe
Then why don't you write about that instead of all this pill bullshit?
Because that's look.
Like, what are you going on about?
Okay, you be quiet.
Hang on.
Let me explain this to you. You see this image?
Hang on.
They found this image on Google search. They thought it was cool. I'm gonna write a story about that. You can't. I mean, come on. That's how all good stories are started.
Story just gone from O to stars are trying to destroy humanity via telepathy. What I'm getting at.
God, I hate having to explain this. Maybe they're not even threatened. Maybe we're just a game to them. Maybe we're the hundredth race of beings these things have done with. All I know is that they don't turn you into a zombie from some cheesy old sci-fi flick. They let you think that you're in control. What they want you to do is exactly what you want to do. It all seems so natural, so right. Then we're in World War III, and the only thing the bombs won't scorch clean is the ocean floor. Don't ask me how I know all this, and don't take that pill. Wow, that was much better than Psychosis. It was better than...
Should we read some comments?
Better than Dogscape. Better than Ben Drowned. I want to read from one. This is woefully pretentious, but worse is the author's horrendous misunderstanding of semicolon and punctuation. It was incredibly dull in the terms of compelling the reader as it meanders from a harrowing warning to the origin of this starfish parasite. The inconsistent tone makes it feel like you're reading a stream of consciousness rather than an actual story/warning.
Wait. I want to say, this jackass is going on about proper grammar, uses the wrong your.
I'm numb right now. I don't care. I don't see why you wouldn't tell the story from the POV of, say, a marine biologist that discovered something strange and dangerous. That would be kind of interesting. So, wait, this could be, like, from the perspective of Steven Hillenburg.
Yeah, really.
And the reason it's not is because this person does not have the intelligence or creativity to write something like that.
Well, to be fair, it's a problem that I sometimes kind of run into whenever I write a character who has a certain vocation. Is the idea, like, you have to have a solid understanding of the ins and outs of how to create a character like that, and how their job works and whatnot, and how a person who is in that particular field would convey certain thoughts or how their job works. And I think that writing from a marine biologist, like, I don't know, I'm coming from the perspective of someone who is trying to discern who would be in a position to write about this particular story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, like, me, marine biologist, maybe someone who works for the government, or someone who works in the pharmaceutical companies and whatnot.
Someone in the medical field, yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't know, I think they would be a little bit more articulate when it comes to giving people a warning about it. Like, okay, well, it works like this, it breaks down the, like, something amino acids, but instead this dude is like, oh yeah, it does this weird shit. It can make you grow back a fucking arm. It's amazing. It's like,
and because
man,
they have no idea about who's telling us this, they just sound like a tinfoil hat wearer.
Yeah, you grow back your fucking arm. Forget about it.
Hey, it's all right. Yeah. You pop that pill in. Your dick got ripped off by the neighborhood dog. It's gonna be back in as good as new in about a week. Although you might have to get recircumcised again. Your foreskin grew back.
But yeah, with this comment, you know, the wording is really stuffy and it comes off as kind of pretentious, but ultimately the criticisms aren't wrong.
Like, I would say that this basically articulates most of my problems with the story. Like, I think the word pretentious is a little much. I think what the most fitting word I would use to describe the story is meandering. Like, it like I said, stream of consciousness. Like, one idea doesn't necessarily connect to the other, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be taking away from this. This doesn't feel like something that could feasibly happen in the real world where I feel unnerved. It feels like this definitely feels like someone who's trying to like, I don't know, like you can keep posting that in the chat all you want, bro. I keep seeing it. Yeah, like I honestly I don't have a. I don't look for. I'm talking to apostrophe music, and I'm not trying to like single you out, but I see you keep posting it. I don't have any interest in reading troll pastas on the channel, man. I'm sorry. Like I don't. I go out of my way to try to find stories from people who are actually trying to put effort into it, not someone who's just trying to like have a laugh. Like maybe another time, but not on any streams. Again, I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying.
I see Mike's comment here, and honestly, I'm surprised this wasn't part of the story. I was an intern at Marine Biology Studios.
I was an intern. Naturally, as an intern, I was inside the submarine, piloting it.
Yeah. I get to work right with the starfish. In fact, I was the one who dissected it.
In fact, I was the one. The starfish talked to me and it said, "Hey, SpongeBob."
Hi, SpongeBob.
Honestly, that would make a good troll post. Like the biologist, he had me doing the dissection. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Well, yeah, like just take the piss out of those stories. Like I applied for intern at Nickelodeon Studios. Now I thought I was going to be more in the key and light department. Then Mr. Hillenberg walked up to me and was like, "Okay, we need you in the the drawing studio. You're going to be drawing some of the characters." Like I just work at I just like sweep up and shit like that. Like no, you're a part of the staff now.
Yeah, you gotta do great. Trust me.
So I walked inside. I was very confused. I had no prior experience when it comes to art or drawing. And then
I was just studying sound design, and now they're making me animate shit.
And then there was someone who snuck in a snuff film, and I kept saying like, "Holy shit, should we call the police?" And like Mr. Hillenberg was like, "No, I want to see where this is going." we don't know if it's ready to air yet.
He crossed the line though when the episode implied that SpongeBob was gay.
Well, okay, I think that's one line too many. Like, sir, dead children. Like, shouldn't we call the police? Why would we need to do that? Like, because there are dead children on screen. Yeah, but we're not going to air it. There's only a problem.
Okay, wait. Oh god.
There's only a problem if we air it.
Yeah. This fucking comment I found here from Yantazuma. I already do need glasses, so thank fuck I didn't take this.
Same, bro.
What are you on about? And then Chromebook dude responds, "Yeah, same, bro."
All right, I've got a comment too.
Bro.
And here's how it actually starts off. "What up, everyone?" Question mark, exclamation point.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, wrong writer or wicked.
Solid writing, solid storyline that was under Lovecraft. This is under Lovecraftian.
Fuck you, and fuck your whore mother.
Nobody wants to think critically anymore.
You.
Yes, we do. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I think the author made an excellent but understated comparison to humans' want for immortality and the evil of powers that be.
I hate you.
If you don't think that's scary, just look at the news headlines a year after this was POM.
Pasta of the month. This was pasta of the month?
Yeah, that's why I picked it out. And also, you missed a letter there.
You, man. Sorry.
You missed a letter there. There's supposed to be a T in there, a lowercase T, isn't it?
Yeah.
Try finding out what's in your kid's vaccine. Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god.
Try saying no to certain inoculations. Seriously, time to start critically thinking, people. It is scary out there.
Yeah, tell me more.
Anti-vax piece of shit.
Tell me more about how getting measles shots is going to give your kids autism, you fucking mongoloid.
Was this written by Jim Carrey?
Fuck you.
No, it was Jenny McCarthy.
Fuck you. I hope you fucking drown in a pool of mercury, you dipshit.
Oh my god.
I have a comment. Do it.
Oh, add a I don't have a... Do I have a... I think I have an account. I just don't remember my fucking password, so I haven't logged in a long time.
I think he said he found a comment to read.
Oh, he said he was gonna add a comment. I was gonna tell him to go fuck himself. Go on.
So Make It Stop says, selfish bad, was bad, how dysfunction good. That's the comment.
Trying to find it.
Got a real slapper. Funny because it has to do with the peep. The peep be funny.
What the fuck is this?
Please laugh. Please laugh.
This is from 2016. I thought of by Mo Frace. I thought of a satanic peel, but some people say that they read the story in holy books. Whatever zombie apocalypse will come, ... It is said that the holy book, but not in a religious where the bodies are burned. Matthew 27:52, 44, King James Version, KJV, and the graves will be...
What?
I'm not reading the rest of this.
What is this guy on about?
You're a fucking idiot. Oh my gosh, the creep. I'm sorry, I clicked on something. Oh no, damn it.
Can I read one from Dragon Ball Z Van 12?
Sorry, I clicked on the Creepypasta Land wiki and it's not here anymore. That sucks.
Oh.
I love Creepypasta Land. It's my favorite game of all time. Go on, sorry, read the comment.
I'm still baffled at the fact that this was pasta of the month, regardless of how long ago it was. Seriously, people, you guys who vote on these things need to up your standards. I mean, I could just puke in a bucket, take a photo of it, upload it as a creepypasta, and you guys would still be rating it 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
For Christ's sake, what does it take to get anything less out of you? And yes, I'm fully aware that not all of you are like that, but the majority of you are.
Base DBZ fan 12.
But then someone who's first of all, their username is hates trolls.
Okay, whatever you say, buddy.
Could you not? Just because someone doesn't have the same opinion doesn't mean you need to criticize. Plus, if you hate it so much, just don't read it. This isn't a bad creepy.
How the fuck? No, you fucking.
It just isn't the style you find creepy.
Wonderful.
So what?
Awesome. I have a question for you, dipshit McGee 65 or whatever the fuck your name was. How am I supposed to determine whether I dislike a story if I haven't read it?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think even the dipshits who say don't like it, don't comment, have more of an understanding of how criticism works than you do. That says something. You've achieved something magical. I hate your family.
Majora Jedi. Crap pasta overall 2 out of 10. Went through the comments and saw a shit ton of pseudo intellects saying that people who give this a low rating don't understand it. It's about mind controlling starfish that try to take over the world with crap grammar mixed in.
You said the first syllable was an M, and for some reason I thought you were gonna say it's about Mein Kampf. Like, oh,
No.
I mean that's an interesting interpretation, I guess. I don't know if it's a true one, but it's an interesting one. The pasta of the month category, there's only like 85. That's 85 on a website that has almost like, let's see, 12,000 pages. Like, and this one managed to actually slip through the cracks.
And like only 85, and this wiki has been up for how long?
Too long.
Oh god. DBZ fan gets lol skeletons attention here. The fact that this was pasta of the month made me lose all faith in humanity. Seriously, you people really, really need to up your standards.
Okay, first off, DBZ fan is my favorite person in the world.
Yeah. Then lol skeletons. This was Bottom back in 2011, dude. It's ancient history. Yeah, weren't you the one who got the Harbinger experiment to win Pasta of the Month? Never mind. What? No, I have no control over what gets Pasta of the Month. It's a community decided thing. I really don't believe that.
Yeah, because I remember I have a video. I interviewed Law Skeletons. Apparently, it is a community vote.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't believe him though, because he's the one who's like, oh, it's a community thing, but then it's like, well, I'm keeping a dating game here because I like it.
And yeah, just because it's a community decided thing, you still have control of what stays up. And so if your standards were high enough, shit like this wouldn't win in the first place.
I think the problem is that, and I would even argue that the Creepypasta official website has a better approach to it, is an actual tangible rating system would benefit. Like, I think it would do a better job of vocalizing people's perspectives on it than like people just saying that they enjoyed it. Because then you have some kind of actual arbiter of what constitutes a good story, like visually. I'm not talking about like, I don't think a rating necessarily automatically speaks for the quality of something, because there's been plenty of movies and TV shows that get poorly rated by professional critics, quote unquote, but they're like loved and heralded by fans.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, but I think this is something that it would benefit from an actual rating system, because the community does speak to the voice of the community matter more than the staff themselves.
Yeah, that's why I always rely on like viewer reviews over critic reviews, and why among viewer reviews I will not take any review seriously that starts with, I don't understand the low ratings.
I immediately hate people like that. Look, just tell me what you just act as if your fucking review's in a vacuum, and just tell me what you thought. I don't need to hear your perspective on it.
Yeah, act like you're not being
Will
paid to
and Dinosaur.
Raptor, god damn it. I was waiting till they were finished so I could say, why the fuck is a story called Sombrero Wearing Dinosaur a former pasta of the month?
I can't escape you.
What?
People,
It sounds like the best pasta ever written.
I can't get away from you people. You infect my creepypasta too.
Oh wait. Here's
Will
a
and
comment.
Dinosaur, y'all.
So that I know what we're reading now. So we're gonna read Sombrero Wearing Dinosaur.
Real quick, I have to read this comment
Hell yeah!
from Samantha Garrison. Wow, I like this. The starfish are subtly controlling us, forcing us into killing everything but what lives in their habitat. ... Perfect plan. Guess Patrick wasn't as dumb as he wanted us to believe.
There was a.
So this was clearly ran after Samantha Garrison had a lobotomy.
I mean, obviously, you remember that line from that SpongeBob episode. I was like, oh, SpongeBob, you can't expect my normal brand of idiocy every day. I like to change it up, keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm just skimming the comments for Sombrero Wearing Dinosaur, and someone actually commented this. Rob Walker, I'm a dinosaur.
I hate
Someone referenced a nostalgia critic joke.
I don't like you. I deeply dislike you. So I'm looking at the Save the Creepypasta. Oh, not safe for work section. Let's see that, baby.
No.
Picamina, don't care. Clown dogs, what's that about?
Wait,
Okay.
where are you?
They have a not safe for work section. Let me see.
I'm back on the safe.
Let me see. I am doing a word search for the word rape. No. Sex. Oh, here it is. Yeah, 3. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, in the story, there's one thing for sex. Porn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the word porn in this story. Okay, never mind. No Sombrero reading dinosaur for you. We're reading clown dogs.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh god.
If you're really well behaved, Raptor Rex will read the Sombrero one next. I gotta be gone by like 7, so I gotta go get tested.
I love though that Discord still asks me if I trust the domain for Save the Creepypastas wiki.
You need to keep. Yeah, don't ever click that. Always picked its option buttons just so you can have something that reminds you that some people care. Discord may be full of degenerates, but we're not here. We're not the same imposters, baby. Clown dogs.
What? I'm sorry, I just saw the first line.
This was taken from a Creepypasta wiki, goes to the original creator. You don't know how to format this at all.
Wait,
also,
should we go and test if it's still on the normal Creepypasta wiki like some of these are?
Oh, okay, let me look that up right now, actually.
It actually, our thing that we always say to that is, credit or blame. Goes to the original author.
It is.
It is. Awesome. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Are there comments there?
Oh my god, there's even an image attached to the... Go to the one on the normal Creepypasta wiki and look at the image at the end.
And there's actually a credit here by Humbled Lycanthrope. Oh, no. Okay. Now, I'm going to read the one in the Save the Cause wiki because I think that... I do that because I want to read it as it was originally written, and I worried that this one on the official wiki was altered in any way, and I ain't having that.
Okay.
So let's begin. Okay. The dog porn thing was all Alyssa's idea, I swear.
Fuck off!
I think we lost Manny.
I'm here. Just that first fucking line.
She sucked. Oh, she just sucked at computers. Okay.
Oh my god.
And since I was taking a Photoshop class, she asked me to help her. I never should have done it. What a nightmare. How was I supposed to know that they'd all end up dead? Okay, I don't care about your dead friends. Go back to the dog porn shit. What's happening there?
I'm sorry, Vince, but I have to do it.
I know what you're gonna do. Do it already. Do it. I know what you're...
It's done.
Is that working?
It's done. I've done it.
I'm looking for the link. I thought we were on the same wavelength.
No, in the comments. In the chat.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh my god, the cringe in this next paragraph.
Okay, let's see. It was a Friday, so my parents said that I could spend a night at Alyssa's house. We were in her room listening to the new Miley Cyrus album. Oh, okay, let me see. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, the Miley Cyrus album is mentioned on the regular wiki. Okay, that's good. We can't stop raping dogs, and we won't stop raping dogs. I was trying out different shades of lipstick, applying a thick layer of candy apple red, puckering and pouting at the mirror, or puckering and pouting at the dog that I was about to rape.
Stop!
I can't get past that! Where are we gonna go? You can't start the story off like that and expect me to not want to know what's going on. Pouting at the mirror and wiping it all off with a fistful of Kleenex and moving on to an eggplant purple. Alyssa was sprawled on her bed. Oh, God. Don't talk about being sprawled. Oh, God damn. Oh, on her back, across her lacy pink canopy bed, her laptop propped on her belly as she scrolled through Facebook. Alyssa was always on Facebook. It was a warm spring night and the window was open so we could smell the redwoods. I don't want to hear redwood in a story about fucking dogs.
What does it have to do with anything?
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
You're gonna get fucking knotted.
Come on.
Hear the sound of cars and trucks out in the distance on Highway 101. Alyssa was chomping on a wad of bubblegum in that really annoying way she had when she turned to me, lip smacking, and said, I totally know where we can screw her over. What? I totally know how we can screw her over. Excuse me.
Do you want some of us to be the voices?
Oh, by all means, please do.
I'll be the next one.
Fine, I'll voice Alyssa. I'll voice the dog fucker.
How?
I asked tentatively, drawing my jet black hair back and cocking my head over my shoulder to pucker in the mirror. And catch the way the light shimmied on my midnight blue lips. I was a little nervous.
Midnight blue, shut the fuck up!
Anything else you want to establish? I patted my bra so my perky breasts could prop up in the light of her fluorescent light bulb.
I patted my bra. I hope the Fido doesn't notice. I was a little nervous.
For the love of God, no one clip any of this.
The nervous because Alyssa can really become a crazy bitch when she wants something bad enough. Oh, she wants it, huh? That's the way you're justifying what happened, huh? Huh? We had to take her to the hospital to have it surgically removed. That wasn't lube, that was super glue. You're evil. And I could tell by her quiet intensity that this is one of those times. Go on, friend.
Dog porn.
Dog porn?
That's perfect. I asked, wiping the blue from my lips.
Yeah, dog porn. Porn with dogs. Because that's what she is. A dog. A dirty, filthy dog.
Jesus, that's disgusting, Alyssa. What are you even talking about?
Well, we'll just Photoshop pictures of Credence.
Credence?
Okay.
Leave this poor girl alone. She already has to deal with the fact that her name is Credence.
Look, this takes place in an alternate universe where it's 1790 and, they have Facebook already. It's not on the Computron. It's on stone tablets.
Well, we'll just Photoshop pictures of Credence having sex with dogs and put them all over Facebook. That will show that little whore. I'll find all the pictures, you splice them together. You're so good at Photoshop.
She gave me a creepy little smile, and then we started Googling porn and bestiality websites.
And now you're on the watch list.
God damn it! Humming a Lorde song as she downloaded some truly disgusting pictures that were surprisingly easy to find.
It actually says humming a Lorde song.
Real life artists to try and make you sound relatable. You're looking up bestiality.
I mean,
to be fair, it's just Randy Marsh going, yeah, I am Lord.
I mean, can we talk about...
Even on someone else's channel, you can't go without mentioning South Park.
I mean, to be fair, this conversation that we're having is taking place on Discord, so all this talk about dog fucking is right at home. God damn.
You're not wrong.
That fucked me up. Oh. She downloaded some truly disgusting pictures. I really didn't want to help her, or even get involved with a weird petty squabble.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to call the police.
But Alyssa,
I didn't want to, but I did.
But Alyssa can be pretty scary. I mean, I don't care how scary she is. She's not as scary as the FBI. And that's what you're going to be dealing with down the road when they find, the 15 terabytes of dog fucking on your laptop.
Didn't you say you had to be careful, like what you said and how loud, and you just yelled out bestiality websites?
Oh, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not
your
the one
mom
that
just walks past your room. Bestiality websites.
That actually happened the first time I met Jacob. Jacob, me, and Andy Phantasm. I was fucking reading this. It was, the movie Cars.
Yeah.
It was Cars.
I don't like where this is going.
It was Cars tentacle porn.
No.
And I was reading that shit while they were cracking up, and my mom was in the room as I was reading the whole thing, and I had to stop. My mom looked over and son, please stop. I'm getting sick now. But Alyssa can be scary, and I want to stay on her good side. You don't want to be Alyssa's enemy, that's for sure. Of course, it was all about a guy. Isn't every tragedy involving a teenage girl about a guy?
No.
I mean, yeah.
Teenagers?
Shakespeare and then you. Like, you're neck and neck, really. Romeo and Juliet, please. I mean, was Romeo willing to fuck a dog for Juliet? I don't think so. This one's name was Evan. No, he didn't screw her or tell his friends and what a lame lay she was. In fact, he didn't break her heart in any way. He was a nice guy. He didn't even know she existed. I guess that was his mistake. Evan was a new kid, having just moved in from Fickle Hill in Cutton. I like to pretend that place doesn't really exist, even though it probably does. And Alyssa was crazy about him the minute she saw him. Don't ask me
False.
why.
No one goes crazy over someone named Evan.
Rich Evans, excuse you? Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not his first name.
But it's almost there. Don't ask me why. I thought he was a total dork. You talk about Rich Evans. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna take the shit outside, homie. I'll fuck up a teenager for talking about shit about our Lord and Savior Rich Evans. Watch me. He was like Mr. Thespian, all about
Oh my
drama.
god, they really did actually just like.
And acting. Don't pretend like that's the worst thing we've read so far. Acting and stuff. Well, it all just so happens that the drama department was going to put a streetcar named what? Put on a streetcar named Desire. Is that an actual?
That's a.
It's
yeah,
a
that's a play.
Okay.
Tennessee Williams.
I'm about to say
Okay,
like.
well, I know it's a play. I didn't know who actually wrote it. You nerd.
You were about to call her a weeaboo, weren't you?
No.
It sounded
No,
like you
because
were.
that would be calling the massive pot of kettle black.
How they thought. Well, you're not a JoJo fan, so don't talk to me. How they thought. Where's fish stick on a stick? I want to talk about JoJo some more. They thought that they could pull that off. I don't know. Well, Evan tried to get out and got the lead. Tried it out and got the lead. Alyssa Zaber and childhood nemesis Credence got the role of Stella. No, she didn't.
Wait! Childhood nemesis?
I mean,
Did I hear that right?
you accidentally kick over a sandcastle one time, and you can't let that lie.
Fair.
Alyssa didn't even try out. Seriously, she had like no interest in theater at all.
She did it again.
She always hated.
It's just I know it's like a small thing to
Dog
focus
fucking.
on, but it just reminds me of
fucking.
all those people.
Dog fucking.
I did this in college and high school.
Fucking
who
dogs.
said like as a filler every other word, and I would just start
up the
making
butt by
tallies.
dogs. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just saying, like, I prioritize what really matters, and what really matters is that at some point in this story, I suspect this girl or one of her friends is going to have her fudge tunnel funneled by a dog.
I don't
Okay.
think that's where it's going, and that's the thing. So
Wait.
I'm just rolling with the punches as they come.
MD Phantasm says, "What the hell is this? You have more friends than me?"
You're presuming I like these people. I don't know these.
Yeah, that is assuming a lot there.
Yeah.
I don't know these niggas.
We have a dinosaur, a woman, and Manny, all of which Vince hates.
Well, I don't have a problem with Manny. I have a problem with Beans, though.
That's fair.
And Beans is a huge thing about Manny's character.
By the
so-
way, I made that was a racial allegation. By the way, Beans means something. I'm not going to say what it is. Some kind of tip that got into him in elementary school never got over. Credence has always been this kind of sad, nerdy girl. Alyssa, being one of those so-called popular girls, made sure that Credence knew her place on the ladder of Arcata High's social hierarchy on the bottom rung, the caste system of high school. You're bored into it.
Credit where it's due. At least it's kind of taking place from the perspective of the other side, and it's not, we're the bullies.
I mean,
we're so bullied, and we're the losers.
I give it
And
credit.
we're getting back at this fucking bitch.
I give it credit over the pill because it's actually semi-coherent and there's an actual plot line that I'm following.
Too bad
Yep.
it's about dog porn.
Mike says, Kenzie, one word, Vince, dog porn.
Normal porn for normalpeople.com. This is how it started out. But in senior year, she suddenly blossomed, or whatever you call it, into this really smart, pretty girl. Of course, Evan, again, like, we're talking about Miley Cyrus, or just imagine this is a story of how Taylor Swift started that stupid Blank Space song. Of course, Evan hooked up with her. Get two teenagers rehearsing lines with each other, meeting after school to discuss their characters' motivations, and hormones are flying. It's inevitable.
Well, what if he was gay?
Or what if he was asexual? You never know. I find boobies disgusting. Excuse me. That's how he talks, by the way. No, I don't like boobs at all. Say, you wanna come with me and watch dog porn? No, I told you I'm asexual. The dog has a gender. I only like male dogs because female dogs disgust me because I'm gay. What if that was so how someone actually thought?
I'm still trying to believe that this story is real.
So Alyssa lost it. She was pissed, just indignant and irate gamer, that she was that a talented, good-looking new kid had the nerve to go out with a nobody like Credence and not even notice Miss Popularity USA, Alyssa. She had to add it in for the poor Credence. And how she was gonna get her? Dog fucking. It was pretty easy to do. We worked on it all night. Oh, that poor thing. You worked on it all night. Oh my god. Yeah, it had a limp by the time we were done.
It's like, guys, we worked on the dog porn thing all night. I'm actually really proud of it.
The thing, no one would actually buy this. And if anything, this would just make people feel more sorry for the other girl.
Like, it would, like...
There's no fucking way a high schooler is that masterful at Photoshop.
It would have to be like, and I don't know if the author would have gone that far, but if it was something like child pornography, I think that would be something more tangible. Like, that's something that actually happens in the real world, where people like have that shit planted on them or something like that. And they,
Vince, why is this not about child porn?
I will slap the tits off you.
Wait, Mike?
You're gonna have to do a lot of slapping.
Mike, tell me you're joking.
What? One more. Chris Chan admitted that he would do it with a cute dog like a... Yeah, I remember that. He did say that.
No,
he's
right.
Oh, sorry. Christine said that. Excuse me. She said that.
That was a while ago, I think. Someone was like, well, what if your girlfriend wanted you to or something?
Yeah, that's the thing about Chris, is that during that time, I don't buy into most of what came out of their mouth. Mostly because a fair amount of... It's like, what's her name? What's her fucking name? The one that's always talking about Jesuits. You know what I'm talking about? Like, the crazy... Nah. She's a crazy lady, and she talks about, like, a satellite firing a bukkake cannon on the Earth or something. That's a real thing.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, Gail, that's her name. Like, yeah. I don't take any, like, oh, like, isn't she crazy? Like, a lot of that shit gets fed to her, so it's not funny to me. Same thing with Chris. It's like, Chris, I call her Chris for short. Like, a lot of shit that gets fed to her, like, it's, whatever. You can't take it at face value.
Yeah, and Vince, you don't have to say crazy chick. When you just say chick or woman, crazy is implied.
Isn't that right, Kenzie?
Oh, totally.
Also, okay, back to dog fucking. Where were we?
No one clipped this.
It was pretty easy to do. We worked on it all night. Alyssa downloading pictures of Creed's Facebook page, all of her dancing and her head throwback laughing. I mean, again, she has the undoctored photos on her Facebook to prove that they were in fact doctored. Your plan's gonna fall kind of on his face.
Yeah, you don't think anyone's gonna notice? I was just thinking that.
You dumb bitch. Like, you're stupid. Character. Just a plank. I think not, my nigga. This is serious business. And I didn't say business, I said business. So that's how you know it's serious.
Yes.
At the beach playing in the surf. All while Pink blowing pink bubbles with her gun. Oh, sorry, gum. That would have been awesome, though. Throwing...
This has got a gun.
Twirling a lock of her hair. Like, how stereotypical are you going to get this? Like, twirling a lock of her hair, finger like, this is going to show this bitch. Like, smiling that strange smirk of hers. Well, I mean, to be fair, this does kind of sound like a Stephen King-esque bully. Like, if in a sense that, like, it feels like an actual character instead of, once upon a time, there was a kid on my block, and he beat up a bunch of kids, and got his face burned.
Nah, it can't be a Stephen King bully because there's not nearly enough knives.
Or children.
If it was a Stephen King villain, she'd be carving her name in this girl's stomach.
When are we gonna get to the gangbang, guys? I mean, I'm never gonna let that go. If some news came out about Stephen King being a weird sex pest, I would not be surprised. I'm just saying.
Even he admits he regrets writing that.
Well, I'll never forget what my mom said, because she told me about when she read it for the first time. She was really invested in it, and her exact words were, I read over almost 1,000 pages of that shit, all so I can get up to a motherfucking spider. She was very upset. Well, I cropped up and edited a thing together with these disgusting pictures of dog porn and dogs that made it look pretty realistically that Credence liked dog cock. And I mean, really liked dog cock. And was a dog screwer.
What did that... Why is that a sentence?
I mean,
I'm not telling Vince to stop. I'm telling the story to stop.
There's no cock like dog cock.
Okay, now I'm telling you to stop.
We're reading Spoiler and Dinosaur and having a good time. We're reading this.
At least we're not watching dinosaur porn. That's just disgusting. Who would want to watch that? Who would want to watch that? Not me.
Not the same.
Not me.
Dinosaurs.
I don't watch Shut up. That's what Alyssa called her when she started posting them. Candace the dog screwer.
Credence.
Candace from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh God!
I'm gonna ruin it for you. Fuck you.
Stop!
Vince, you're ruining this family-friendly stream.
We made I'm so sorry. Made casual.
This is a wholesome Christian family stream.
Yeah, casual racism. We made up a bunch of.
What do you mean, casual racism?
No, man.
Sushi. Hassan Chup.
You're gonna offend some of the dinosaurs watching, which is good because they should be offended. We made up a bunch of fake Facebook pages.
We can feel.
No, you can't.
This.
Running everything through a proxy so it wouldn't come back to us, and plastered Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and all the rest of social media sites with the pictures. Her sick little stuck worked like a charm.
They're all determined for violating community guideline strikes.
Well,
Guidelines.
everyone saw them, even if everyone knew they were fake. Those pictures turned sweet, nerdy, blossom Credence into Credence the dog fucker. I am
Stop. You're blossoming. That's weird.
I am the dog, the big bad dog.
Yeah, so everyone knew they were fake.
So how
What was that, Raptor?
Everyone knew they were fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knew they were fake. They still made fun of her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if it did kind of. Like in real life, sometimes all it takes is one allegation, even no matter like anyone ever heard from Sebuscus lately, huh? Nope.
I mean, I definitely think it would turn into a joke with the assholes of the school, but I think, again, for the most part, most people would just feel bad for her. Like, who the fuck would do this? Like, that's so wrong.
Do you? You don't remember high school that well, do you? High schoolers are evil. Not as bad as middle schoolers, though.
Oh,
Like,
middle schoolers were the worst.
Jo-
I knew people who. So
There's John
in middle
Mulaney.
school,
Oh, sorry,
I
go.
knew 2 girls who photoshopped my friend onto like one of Britney Spears' album covers because she was more overweight, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you two?
It then says something about, like, I felt safe and secure in high school. There was a point in time in middle school where I had a box cutter in my socks.
My God.
To be fair, the school I was at, like the middle school I was at, was like literally across the street from the projects.
Well,
No one we've seen up. We actually went back to my old neighborhood, and boy howdy, did I love seeing my old neighborhood all gentrified and full of all these stores and no place to park. Wonderful. I love New York City so much. I'll be very upset when it sinks into the sea. Very upset.
I won't.
Indeed.
I'm not even going to be sarcastic about it. I won't. Bye, New York.
Oh, come on, man. How else can we get more parking and more fucking bicycle lanes that no one uses?
God.
It would have been.
Cyclists.
It would have been seen after that. Everyone pointed and snickered when she walked by. Evan dumped her. Oh, I would. If I got dumped by Rich Evans, I would just end it right there and there. What is life without Rich Evans, Sama?
This is a tasteful sentence.
She stopped showing up for rehearsals. Then her mother found her. Okay. Then her mother found her hanging by her neck from a support beam in her basement.
Fuck off! What?
I never should have done it. Neither.
Just casually thrown out there at the end of that paragraph.
Yeah, it feels like it wasn't built up to at all. It was just like plopped on there, like, by the way, she killed herself. Vince is keeping it up there to hijack planes if the opportunity raises up. Hey, you stay out of my Tumblr. That's where I put all my great plans.
Cloverfield Monster did nothing wrong.
I mean,
Arthur says, Credence the dog screwer sounds like a superhero. No, it doesn't.
No! Who
It's
said
the
that?
exact opposite of a superhero.
It's I don't have a clever remark based on that. Just more dog fucking jokes. Credence the autoerotic is fixator. Fucking damn like David Carradine. David Carradine herself. It's gonna be on. Oh, we should have told you she was on. Gonna be on an episode of Kung Fu: The Legend Continues. I never should have done it. Never should have helped Alyssa with her nasty little plan, but you did it anyway. I was upset with myself. Then turn yourself in, bitch. I was upset with myself about the whole thing and angry at Alyssa. But when I found her in the girls' room, bawling uncontrollably, I immediately rushed to her. I felt bad for her. She was my friend. I mean, it was a shit move she pulled, but I didn't think the girl was gonna offer it.
I just where.
Look, my friend may have bullied and harassed someone and got her to kill herself, but she was my friend. I have to be there for her.
Yep, bullied student driven to suicide. Bully most affected.
Look, Charles may have done a few things, but Manson's my friend, okay?
Look, I haven't given any positive qualities to her, and I've in fact implied that I'm only friends with her because I'm scared of what happens if I'm not. But
she's my friend. Yeah, there's some inconsistencies right here. Like if
it may have wiped out my kind, but the media was my friend.
I thought it was the Ice Age that killed your kind. I don't read.
Believe Mr. Freeze's bullcrap.
look, Raptor, Vince may hate your people and not want you to vote or date his daughter, but he still likes you.
Not believe Mr. Freeze's propaganda. This pro-ice propaganda.
What, like, I mean, remember how dinosaurs built the Titanic and Mr. Freeze said "fuck you" and he put an iceberg there to spite you?
Yes, that's what happened.
Dinosaurs
But,
like.
okay, it's like Nora Freeze is either saved or she dies. Either way, Mr. Freeze is like, well, what do I do with my villain career now? Ice propaganda.
I like to imagine
No.
Mr. Freeze was standing on top of the fucking iceberg that hit the Titanic with his arms folded. They're like, please, why are you doing this? Your death was a foregone conclusion.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Forecast.
Mr. Freeze,
Freeze is coming.
right before he's about to blast Batman and Robin. What sunk the Titanic? An iceberg! And they just look at him like,
What?
yes.
Fucking what?
Yes, it did.
As the
So?
ship is
Stay
hitting,
cool, bird boy.
as the ship hits the iceberg, Nora.
I'm just imagining like Mr. Freeze from the Batman and Robin movie, like on the deck of the Titanic, freezing people, freezing all the dinosaurs on board. Women and children first.
Why are you running away? Don't give me the cold shoulder.
That's how Nora got frozen. She fell into the water. He didn't know she was on board. She just comes up, starts bobbing up and down in a block of ice. Shit.
Is Nora a dinosaur too? Like she is like how Hitler had a Jewish doctor for his mom. They're like, well, this one's okay. Like this is the only dinosaur that Mr. Freeze loved was his own wife. How ironic. That's poetic right there. See,
Yeah, but the cure he's trying to find for her is to make her human.
You see,
He can't overlook his
Pyrus.
racism forever.
No, wait. The cure that he's looking for is actually in fossil fuels, but he doesn't want to do it because this is basically like liquefied dinosaur remains. Oh, that's the tragedy of it all. I should write. I'm writing a new Batman movie. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, call us, DC.
Get here.
Call me DC. You're not. You lose much money as you're losing. You made some money back with the Schneider Cut, but hit me up. I actually know what I'm talking about. I'll watch a Schneider Cut eventually when I have 15 hours of my day to waste.
Yeah.
I should have never. Okay. We're going back to the dialogue here. Who is the complicit girl again?
That's me. It's okay.
I told her.
It's my fault too. We didn't know this was gonna happen.
I pull I have my prescription glasses on right now. I'm not lying when I say I'm not making a joke. I read the word arms there. At first glance, I pulled her into my anus. That's actually how my eyes registered it for a second. I pulled her into my
There
arms.
had to be something Freudian about that.
Well, we're talking about fucking, icebergs, and nothing gets me harder. I pulled her into my... Is that racist to say against dinosaurs? Whatever, I don't care. I pulled her into my arms, tears coming to my eyes, as she shuddered and sobbed against me.
She had to have something wrong with you. Victim blaming time.
I mean, look, when you really think about it, it was her fault. I mean, she should have known she should not have kept a rope in the house. Like, that, she should have known that something like this would happen one day. Like, I don't
If anything, it's her mom's fault for not realizing her daughter was being torturously bullied for photos of her looking like she fucked dogs.
Like, look around in my house right now. Do you see any chairs here? No. I made sure the support beams can't hold my weight. So I've averted disaster. If she can't take the extra steps to make sure she's safe from hanging herself, then it's not my responsibility, okay? I don't know what to tell you. Fucking hell, bro. She must have had something wrong. I wonder what was wrong with her. I mean, something must have really been eating away at her that make her kill herself.
Gosh, how did she get such bad depression?
Oh, God, maybe she had a problem before we did all this. Oh, sorry, it's you.
I don't understand.
Alyssa said, looking at me with wide, startled eyes. Startled eyes out of a face distorted and wretched anguish.
I talked to her. I was talking to her on Facebook. We were messaging back and forth.
An icy knot formed in my oh, God. I'm talking about dog fucking. I don't want to hear about
What killed the dinosaur?
getting fucked by Mr. Freeze's polar bears. foreign to my stomach as my mind tried to piece together what she was saying.
You mean she was messaging you as she hung herself?
Don't talk about knots and hung. And a dog fucking
Also,
thing.
I am going to go grammar Nazi here. It should be hanged.
I mean, this is like some brain dead fucking like mean girl posse bitch, so it wouldn't surprise me that she wouldn't know how to speak that.
Oh, so he doesn't just get the constant reminder that it's dog porn when he has a gripe with the grammar.
No, because I'm a man.
Because I was already making a dog
That's
porn.
subjective.
You had the nerve to ignore my dog fucking joke when I mentioned the icy knot in her stomach. So I did that out of spite towards you. Okay,
The idea made me wince.
The idea made me wince. Yeah, the idea of getting knotted. I pulled away from Melissa and scared that I might start gag. Oh, god damn it.
These jokes write themselves.
I pulled away, scared that I might start gagging. Okay, that's wonderful. Alyssa clutched. Okay, can I bring real quick? I'm gonna bring Linkara back on screen, so we can. We were talking about him pulling away from this girl, afraid of gagging. Like, oh, she's fucking. I told you he's coming for that dick girl right now. He's doing it. See him? There he comes. Here he comes. He's a coming.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall.
I'll show you. How dare you kill her? I'll show you how to respect women. But Linkara, they're women too. Oh, fuck. I guess I'm not needed here.
Lightbringer away!
This is like just that.
Eminem.
A single word managed to make me laugh. It was okay. Where was started gagging. She clutched onto my sweater with her claw-like fingers as I tried to back away from her. Still hanging on to me, still sobbing, she began to talk through her tears.
No, not while she did it. After.
Fuck you talking about?
After she was dead. All night and next morning too.
She was really freaking me out, and a flush of cool sweat rose over my face, my mouth filling with a stale, coppery slime. You're not making any. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
My mouth filling with stale, coppery slime. This has to be intentional.
Welcome to
So
a talk.
alien.
You're not making any sense, bitch face. How could she manage to message you after she was dead?
I don't know.
And she burst into tears.
Calm down. Just tell me what the fuck happened, okay?
Alyssa heaved and swallowed and nodded, seeming to get herself a bit under control. Look, I would not be making as many jokes about this if you hadn't started the story off about dog porn.
What is wrong with this person?
Continue, please.
Yeah, yes, Agent Paradox. It says slime.
Is Slime Beast around? Can we get him to speak on this? He seems to be an expert on it.
Why? You want someone who just repeats themselves endlessly?
Well,
Slime.
he posted a review on the pill.
Did he?
It was someone with under the name Slibeast. I don't know if it was his actual account. It was the first one.
Oh, that is wonderful.
It wasn't really interesting. It just said, "And how do you know all this?"
I mean, that I think that's pretty much sums it up. But can you continue, please? I gotta be gone by like 7:15. Sorry.
Yes. All day, Credence kept posting these stupid pages from a site called Clown Dogs on my timeline. You know, like clowns posing with puppies, and the
Aw.
dogs balanced on big balls with clowns behind.
No, okay, keep going, please. I'm being good. I'm being quiet.
Really cute, idiotic stuff, but somehow it was scary. Clowns in their white makeup with round mouths. Clowns and dogs. Clowns and dogs. With so many posts, my timeline was filled with them. So I sent her a message. Why do you keep posting this crap onto my timeline, bitch? You want me to unfriend you? Yeah, that should be your first priority.
Wait, what? You were friended with her anyway? What?
What?
Oh,
Well, then she started messaging me. over and over again. I know it was you. I know it was you. I mustered back. You don't know shit. I didn't
Bitch.
do nothing. Oh.
Alyssa struggled not to break down into tears again. She clutched my sweater tighter. I stroked her head, ran my fingers down through her hair.
Alright, just get to the end.
Dad. Now in the morning, the last message said, I know it was you, and I'm gonna get you for it, you stupid clown dog bitch. And then my computer went black. It just went black. Nothing. Just darkness. And that was when my mom burst into the room and told me that Credence had hung herself. That they had found her the day before. Early in the morning. In the morning! Before all the messages on Facebook, and I got scared. Really, really scared. Oh.
With that, she broke down again, letting go of my sweater and weeping loudly into her hands.
To her hands?
Yes, that's what it says. Continue, please.
Bitch, quit crying.
I said, trying to inject some logic.
Maybe it was her mom posting from Creed's Facebook page. Most parents know their kid's password. Or maybe it was Evan.
No.
She mumbled through her tears, shaking her head emphatically.
No, it wasn't them.
The fuck do you know?
I just do.
There's so much dialogue
Look.
now.
I gotta go out to dinner with my parents tonight. It's my uncle's birthday. But come over in the morning and we'll look at Facebook together on my computer. We'll compare the times. Maybe you're just an idiot.
I'm not. I'm not. I know it was her. She's gonna come and get me. I can feel it. I can feel her looking at me, waiting to come and get me. Oh.
Just shut the fuck up, okay? Stop! Come over tomorrow and we're gonna figure it all out.
She looked up gratefully, like a child might after you explain to some that everybody has a bad day sometimes.
Okay. Okay, I'll come over tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh.
She hugged me, and I went back to ass. That night, Alyssa's father found her naked in a bathtub with her wrist slit. The tub nearly a quarter full of
Jesus Christ!
black, congealing blood. Her father was
This is tasteful.
Yes, it is. It's sexy. Her father was always overprotective and lost his mind. He blamed Evan somehow. He went behind a redwood tree by a school bus with a shotgun, and when Evan stepped off the bus, he shot him in the face.
Yeah, because all teenage girls tell their dad everything about the boy they have a crush on.
It took half of his head right off. Evan fell down in the street. I read that as Evan flew across the street. His brains all over the curb and the gutter, and all those kids on the bus just watched as Alyssa's dad put the barrel in his own mouth and pulled the trick. What? Okay, whatever. Afterwards, I tried to access Alyssa's Facebook page. I knew her password to see all of the posts and messages she had talked about were still there. A timeline match up with what Alyssa told me, but her page was down. I assumed it's like the precursor for that shitty Unfriend movie. I assumed her mother took it down after the tragedy. I searched for a page called Clown Dogs. Nothing. It didn't exist. Ellipses then. But now, ellipses. I started getting the clown posts shared on my timeline. Ridiculous pictures with dogs licking food off clown noses. Tiny dogs on the shoulders of clowns riding unicycles. Big dogs with saddles being ridden by midget clowns. Clowns just like clowns.
Wait,
Clowns.
why is pictures scary? I would love to be of this account.
Clowns.
I love clowns. I love doggies.
Clowns dressed like clowns with silly clowns on their heads and red clowns on their clowns. Silly, irrelevant,
Mom,
stupid
spaghetti.
pictures. But to me, terrifying. The pictures are so damn scary, I can't explain why. When I see them, I panic. I want to scream. I start screaming, but if I'm afraid to do, I might not be able to clowns. Then, in the morning, I checked my clown page. I had a message. The message from a dead girl. You're next, little dog. That's the story.
Well, that was shit.
That was horrible. It was totally not worth skipping Somewhere and Dinosaur.
Oh no, I'm
That could've
glad
been,
we
like,
read it.
the story of the night.
I mean, like, if I could offer some positive feedback a little bit to, I think the beginning and the middle portion of the story were relatively sound in regards to the plot. Like, I was genuinely interested in seeing where it would go. Like, it helped that the fucking introduction and it caught your attention immediately about the dog porn. But like, I was relatively invested, and then what? Okay, why clowns and dogs?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Why? Like, I know she tried to tie it all together with a pretty little bow by having her call her a clown at the end, but in reality, like,
That still means
what is
nothing,
the actual
though.
point of just sending pictures of
Dogs and clowns.
clowns and dogs?
I mean, like, nothing. I think it's one of those things where they assume that people would be able to like if you're in that position, like, oh well, you're minding your own business on Facebook, which that wouldn't mean anything. I'm on Facebook maybe once every 6 months or something, just to talk to family. But like, and I keep getting messages with pictures of clowns. That would be weird, maybe a little creepy, but I don't think that premise is enough to really sell. Like, I don't think you understand. You started the story off with dog porn as a sentence. Like, that was the crux of the story. And then this clown thing like, you can't make that transition. I'm sorry. It's like, imagine a story that starts off by saying, like, I think incest is okay. And then a monster came out of my closet and killed you in a later story. It's like, I don't care about the monster. What was that about incest?
Exactly. And I really just think this was their writer's mindset. They were thinking, okay, so how can I make this scary? Well, people are really scared of clowns, so I'll just work that in somehow.
I mean, honestly, like, if you just take the clown portion out and just have her getting pictures of, like, cute dogs, and, like, it's kind of weird, and, like, you're like, oh, it's nothing that big, and, like...
Or to tie it all back, like, you know how they said, oh, we were looking up pictures of bestiality, which was very easy to find. Have them post, like, what if she posted the actual original pictures?
Of the, on a Photoshop Pictures tour timeline?
Exactly.
I would even go, like, maybe just, like, the pictures that they sent to her unphotoshopped. Like, I'm talking about the actual bestiality that they used to Photoshop it, like, have that being sent to them consistently. And when Alyssa or whatever her name was tries to report it, it doesn't go through. Like, what the fuck is happening? And what I'm basically advocating for is that, I hate to say it, Unfriended. Unfriended was a better version of this in regards to how it used the whole ghost in the internet thing, although not by much. Because at least this kept me invested on, like, Unfriended. It kept me invested. It kept me invested to the very end.
There was no boringness when you start off your story with the dog porn thing was Alyssa's idea.
What do you guys think? Bean Pappy and Dino Fucker. What is your take on this story?
I'm just going through the comments on the Creepypasta wiki and seeing how many people are saying the story is good. I genuinely hope they are all on a watch list now.
I don't think the story, like, it's... I still contend that the ending of the story, the ending portion of the story, like, the last third of it, like, kills any momentum and any intrigue that you had in it. Because, like, I don't know if the build-up itself was good or it had me invested just because of the initial statement that made me think, okay, where is this gonna go? Like, I don't know, like, the whole clown shit. I don't care. Like, you had my interest and you made me lose it immediately. Like, I think it would be a lot more interesting if it wasn't, because it alludes to the idea that it was maybe like a vengeful spirit, maybe, of the girl who was bullied. But maybe it could have been like a weird third party that was watching them and sending that shit on their behalf. Yeah.
But Humboldt Lycanthrope actually explained why clowns.
Oh, where is it?
It's near, like, the bottom. It's like, because that's how I saw the popular mean girls in school. They're clowns.
That means, okay, cool, nice.
Why dogs?
I wrote this.
That's why.
Wait a minute, hold on. There's a story. There's a little thing. I wrote this as sort of an ode to Smile Dog, a classic creepypasta that I respected very much. As someone who just not too long ago read Smile Dog, I honestly think you kind of missed the point of what made Smile Dog semi-interesting. Is the image itself is not all that. The image is considered iconic, but it's the effect that it has on people that's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when idiots try to make a backstory for Slender Man. It doesn't work. What makes Slender Man scary is the effects that the creature has on you or the person within the story.
Yeah, it's one of those things. What makes it frightening is you don't know what it is.
Or like Siren Head, where
The dog
it
with
was
mouse.
interesting for 5
So-
minutes.
In the same comment you mentioned where she says, oh, that's sort of an ode to Smile Dog, she also mentioned, this is actually my first pasta. I know the whole ghost in the machine thing has been done a lot, but I thought I could give it a gnarly edge with the whole dog porn thing. And I think that's where it failed, is that you came up with a pretty grisly topic, but then just incorporated all of the normal cliches that come with creepypastas.
I don't
normal teenage bullshit.
I don't even mind that so much because I think part of it is giving us some sort of catharsis when it does end up coming back on them. And it could have done it in the worst possible way, which is basically like how like those Jeff the Killer-esque stories do, where it's like the bullied person rises up against the people who picked on them for so long. This is from the perspective of the bullies themselves, and I guess since we stay with them longer than we do the victim, it is more cathartic because we have a sort of we've made a foundation. You know what I mean? Like we have a.
I
base
mean, it definitely
operator.
works in that it's interesting that we see it from their perspective, and we still definitely don't like them.
I think part of the problem is it doesn't help that the character that the narrator. She flip-flops on whether or not she is for or against what's happening. Now, you could argue that maybe that's her trying to justify it after the fact. Like, this is her trying to basically paint herself in a positive light, even though maybe she was, gung-ho, the entire time. Even the initial statement, it was all Alyssa's idea, I swear it was. That could have been interpreted as her, essentially trying to save her own skin instead of put it all on her friend.
Yeah.
But
I think it would have been more interesting if there was more of that, implying that she may have been reveling in it when they were in the act, but then once it was all over, there was a moment of clarity, oh shit,
I would even
did something really bad.
That's another comparison to fucking Unfriended. That's something that I don't care about spoiling that movie. You find out that the nicest character there, or the seemingly most, they're all horrible people in the call. And the one that seems the nicest is also the one who is also the most gung-ho about bullying the victim who's haunting them. And you find it out later on, and it kind of feels like that. And kind of funny, because again, how long ago did Unfriended come out, and how long ago did this story come out? And I'm just saying, I think Paramount owes some royalties.
Unfriended was 2017, maybe?
This was 2015.
Oh no, 2014. Unfriended, the sequel was in 2018.
Okay, so what did you think?
Okay, so this
Dino Man. Brilliant.
I feel empty. It's a story of friend.
That's sexy.
So I think though that we all know that Humboldt's real reason for putting dog porn in the story can be summed up in 4 words.
White girls fuck
Because
dogs.
that's my fetish!
White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs.
Women.
So, this has been an educational experience. I feel like I've learned a lot this day, and I feel like
you've learned never to invite us back onto your channel.
Oh, you're coming back one way or the other by force if I need to.
Woohoo!
So, I mean, I feel like I've grown as a person. I feel like we've really learned a lot about each other. I've learned that dogs don't I learned that they don't come from trees, which was very surprising to find out, actually.
I thought that dogs laid eggs. So I learned something.
I've also learned that Linkar is coming for that ass.
God damn it, no!
You can look at the stream. He's coming back. He's coming for you.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm instinctively reaching for my mace.
And I've also learned about the value of friendship. And that...
How friendship is strong enough that you'll Photoshop your friend's hated enemy to make it look like she's a dog fucker.
And also, this is better than Dogscape, 100%. Because it had clowns riding on dogs. And does Dogscape have that? I don't think so.
Magic clouds.
I know nothing about dinosaurs and how they're humans too. There's human on the inside.
No, they're not. So I'm unfortunately gotta go. I had a lot of fun here. I kind of wish I had more time to fuck around with you boys. And I tolerated you, Dino Man. I don't want to kill you. So that says more about that says a lot.
Progress.
And this is...
You're one of the good ones.
I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I certainly enjoyed it. And
Yeah, that was great.
pick up Terry Funk's legendary album, LP, so you can hear great songs such as Great Texan, Touch Your Heart, We Like to Rock, Change Your Mind, Barbra Streisand's Nose, Rapungi, We Hate School, and Great Texan by Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Later, everyone.
Bye.
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 The stream's over.